Wildcats. They welcome the Mount Vernon Bulldogs. At one time, Mount Vernon was in Wesco 4A, and the Bulldogs, Mount Vernon dropped down to the 3A classification and had moved into the Northwest Conference on all sports except for football, in which the Bulldogs will be playing in Wesco 3A North along with Oak Harbor. Alongside for the ride, the coach, Brian Jones. I'm John Jensen. This is a dual cast tonight on SoundSportsNet.com, the North Sound's online sports source, along with Wildcat TV, streaming on YouTube at OHHS Wildcat Media. And tonight, Coach, for Oak Harbor, it's going to be key for the Wildcats tonight.
Yeah, we've got a really interesting matchup with the two spread offenses running against each other. We got senior Trey Williams, Cole Williams, the senior quarterback at Mount Vernon, likes to throw the ball. He's a little crafty, can get out and run. And his main target is Van Struesma, the senior. He's like a Jimmy Graham type tight end, a slot receiver almost, and an all-conference defensive end. So really a couple of good senior players. They've got a huge offensive line, and we're looking for a battle of the trenches here tonight. For Oak Harbor, it looks like that they're gonna roll with Brendan Anderson at fullback and the freshman. Aiden Finley, who just really was tearing things up as a freshman and then the JV level, and has showed himself to really step in with the injuries to Malachi Rainey Baker. And then there's also going to be Caden LeKelt. Defensively, the Wildcats, they had a great week of practice leading up to senior night. It's an emotional time. They're fired up, and I look for a really fun game tonight.
Where for the Wildcats, where they're concerned, they're 15 seniors. They're going to be playing their final home game here at Wildcat Memorial, and they had to wait almost a year and a half to get right back into the thick of the sauce. A little over, basically, if you figure from the start of the 2019 campaign up to now, almost 18 months.
Well, yeah, JJ, it's such a tough thing for 16, 17, 18-year-old to deal with the uncertainty and are we going to play, aren't we going to play, and then when we get out to play, we're going to play quick, meaning we're only going to get a couple days of practice before our first games. But for everything that I've seen, they've kept a positive attitude. They've grown. They've played a lot of underclassmen, and Coach Hughes is pushing hard for the development of this program over years. We've already seen him adjust from a wide open spread offense to a more balanced game with a lot of running backs. They've been running the high formation, and really excited to see these seniors play their last home game. It's not their last game.
No.
They've got a couple more after this, but really rooting for the Wildcats to take this one home tonight.
And for the games on the road, Oak Harbor is going to be very active. Tuesday, the Cats travel all the way to Everson in East Whatcom County to play the Nooksack Valley Pioneers, who in the crossover game at the end of the 2019 season, the Pioneers came over to this yard, and there's definitely a score to be settled for the Cats going up to Everson.
Well, most definitely. First off, it's a heck of a drive. You're almost in Canada, but they're a really well-coached team, and they came down here last year and really threw the ball all around the field. I think the quarterback threw for 400 yards that night. So really exciting to look forward to tonight. We're going to go ahead and take care of business tonight, and then those last two games.
Then the final game of the shortened COVID football season will be at Civic Stadium in Bellingham as Oak Harbor takes on the Squalicum Storm on the McLeod Road. That's just east of Bellingham. We will have both games for you next week on the road on audio on SoundSportsNet.com. Don't forget, check out the website at SoundSportsNet.com. Also on Facebook and Twitter with the handle Sound Sports Net. We make sure that we'll get you on the ball and up to date with everything from Wildcat football, and the week's going to be quite busy as well. Friday night and Saturday afternoon, volleyball. We'll have that right here live on Wildcat TV and SSN. Friday night with the varsity match starting at 7 o'clock. The JVs will start at 5:40, and then Saturday afternoon at high noon against the Burlington Edison Tigers. So we hope that you'll join us tomorrow night and Saturday afternoon.
And that looks like now we're ready for kickoff, JJ, so we're going to switch to the field.
And wasting no time, Oak Harbor in their home purple tops, purple pants, white and gold, or white numbers and letters front and back, off gold, with the white piping on the sides, gold helmets, the classic look, under head coach
Marcus Hughes.
Marcus Hughes, yes. I got tongue-tied. I still got a little something on the side of my tooth there.
We're so good at this.
Yeah. So Mount Vernon will be in their road whites, green numbers and letters front and back, green pants, green helmets with a white piping from front to back. So Oak Harbor will get things started.
Based on the fact that we didn't see the coin flip, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Mount Vernon won and deferred to the second half.
Too deep to return, and it will be a short kick. It'll be returned from the 28-yard line, 30. Following blockers. And Oak Harbor will start their first offensive series, 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. And on the return, Aiden Schofield.
Yeah, short kick, and the senior Aiden Schofield fielded it perfect, got himself some yards. I mean, that JJ, that's the change in the game, right? This is the new version of an onside kick. Because all the rules to protect players have been put in place, we don't see, the dribbling the ball across the field as often because the percentage of recovery is pretty low.
And I like your energy already, Coach. 1st and 10 for Oak Harbor. Trip receivers on the near side. Ball on the far side. Hash mark. Quarterback's Kyle White. Running back will release out to the slot on the far side left. Empty backfield. Rolls out to the left. White, 35, 40, 45. And more than enough for the first down. May get to the midfield strike. We'll see where they spot it. It will be Oak Harbor's 49-yard line. That's a 14-yard run. And already the Cats are moving the pig.
Great way to start. I mean, the coach goes into motion, or it's actually a shift. It's not a motion because that would have been a legal motion moving forward. But gets out into an empty backfield. There's no doubt of what's coming, pass plays, and Kaido saw the opening on the left side and took the yards.
Taylor Sabin on the tackle. 1st and 10 Oak Harbor. It will be 15 yards on that run by Kaido White. Slot receivers on either side with a wing back to the left. Going against the grain. Onto the right, pass complete. Into Mount Vernon territory at the 49-yard line. And on the connection to Charles Chowning. Wide out, 5'9", 180, and a sophomore. Yeah. Chowning.
So we've watched throughout the season that Chowning's role has increased both offensively and defensively. And this week, starting out in a wingback position, and they just ran a simple flood route, 3 levels of receivers, and hit the easy guy.
2nd down and 9 for Oak Harbor. Handoff to LeKelt. Still on the feet through the 1st and 2nd wave across the 45, 40. A flag thrown on the play, advancing all the way to the 38-yard line. That will be an 11-yard run for Caden LeKelt.
Yeah, it's actually Brendan Anderson. And
they call it, we got it for BA, okay?
Yep, and the word from the sideline is LeKelt is going to focus more on defense tonight.
Okay.
They decided to bring up Chowning and Aiden Finley to take some running back snaps.
So another rushing first down for Oak Harbor. Alex Fast on the tackle, the junior. It looks like we're going to have a penalty assessed on Mount Vernon. Our first penalty of the ball game at 11:06 here in the first.
Looked like a face mask at the end of the play on Brendan Anderson as he was spinning. Somebody got their big paw up there and just ranked his neck around. So, what a way to start. And Brendan doesn't seem worse for wear.
1st and 10 Oak Harbor on the 24-yard line. Brendan Anderson will cross the 25 down to about the 21-yard line. 24 to the 21. That'll be a 3-yard gain. 2nd down, and we'll call it 7 on the tackle. Victor Martinez, senior linebacker. 4th play of the drive coming up.
It seems like an interesting spot there. They only give him 2 yards.
Backs an offset eye. Two receivers wide left, one near side right. On the run, Deschirong across the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Ezra Desharong, 5'9", 210, and a senior. That will be a gain of about 4 yards.
Desharon is a load to bring down, and I love the inside handoff. Everybody thought that play was going wide. They just give it to a quick fullback right up the middle for 5 yards. He gets third and a manageable 4.
Justin Kieser on the tackles. Third down, and Mount Vernon's going to wrap up the running back right there. It'll end up being a 1-yard loss.
Well, they really came at the I formation. It looks like Mount Vernon has a standing play. When they see that, they're just going to fly right up there. So it might leave things open for Coach Hughes to use that as misdirection later in the game.
Van Struisman, the tackle for Mount Vernon, makes the situation 4th down and 7. The line to gain for the Cats is the Mount Vernon 14-yard line. And we have a stoppage in play. It will be timeout called, or it's an official's timeout. We're still waiting for the indication.
Yeah, they're pulling off number 3, Justin Kaiser, or Juster Kaiser.
Juster Kaiser, yes.
Junior running back, and it looked like he was playing that defensive end or monster back on the outside, but hopefully he's okay and no damage to the noggin. It's amazing we have so much crowd noise with like 18 people in the stands.
The power of volume.
Yeah, no, I think it's picking up our sideline.
Here we go. It's 4th down and 7 for O'Carver on the Mount Vernon 20-yard line. Slot receiver, that's Kelly going through. Here's White. White got an open receiver up to the near side. It's caught in the end zone with touchdown Cats.
We got one guy saying a touchdown, one guy saying he's short by 6 inches, and they're talking.
Kelly was inside the end zone when he made the catch.
Well, I think that was number 13, Aiden Schofield on that one, wasn't it?
10. That was Kelly.
Oh, I thought Kelly was back of the end zone on the left side. My bad.
And we wait, see where they spot everything. It is touchdown O'Carver.
All right. On the board early. You know, you can feel the energy from these guys. They're believing that they can win this game. You can feel the energy from the moms making all the noise in the stands.
6-0 Cats. On a 4th down and 7, snap placement, kick is up, end over end, true and through the wickets. Kick is good for Avi Salinger.
Yeah, Cats couldn't have started out any better. The ball control the whole way, made a couple nice receptions, a couple nice runs, an interesting, a little help from a 15-yard penalty, and there we go.
20-yard touchdown pass play from Kaido White to Matt Kelly. Avi Salinger with the successful PAT on a 6-play, 65-yard drive. Time elapsed on the drive is 2 minutes and 47 seconds. 7-0 O'Carver early. So glad you are with us on the dual cast tonight on Wildcat TV, and spread the word to one and all. OHHS Wildcat Media on YouTube, and audio, streaming audio on Sound Sports Net. We got our audio with Wildcat TV video, working it together. And it's great.
Great partnership with
yes, indeed.
Mr. Williams and the students out here. They're doing a great professional job. It's a lot of fun to be a part of.
And it's an ultra HD. And that's a beautiful thing. Here's the kickoff return to the 15-20, 25 down at the 29-yard line. So that's where the Mount Vernon Bulldogs will get things started on their first offensive series.
JJ, I don't even know what Ultra HD means. I coach football.
Ultra high definition,
yeah,
bro.
I yell at people. I blow a whistle. I just do those things. But, Wildcats got a little bounce on that sideline. It's fun to see them having a good time and seeing the coaches with a lot of energy. we're down. We're missing a couple of guys. We're missing number 24, Danny Barajas. We're missing Ezra Kitchens. We're missing Malachi Rainey Baker, still with injuries. And unfortunately, early in the season, we lost Jake Mitten, who is an impact player on both sides of the ball. But those guys are down there on the sideline pumping their guys up, and you can tell that the team is really locked in tonight. We're going to have to turn down I'll just call it the Peggy Hummel mic.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. First play was a 1-yard gain.
And the second play was a 1-yard loss.
So right back where they started from, like an old disco track from the 70s. Joseph Kelly. Matt Kelly on the stop. So on a 3rd down and 10, saw receiver through the formation. Williams in the pocket, passes up beyond the reach of the intended receiver, Van Struisma.
Well, Wildcats are doing something a little bit different. I haven't seen Matt Kelly ever play defense, and at the high school level, he used to play everything. He was kind of all world at the youth level. But they've rolled him into a stand-up defensive end type position for tonight. Wildcats are going to a 5-man front, a 5-2, which you don't see very often anymore.
4th and 10, Mount Vernon punts it away, got some air underneath it,
Uh-oh.
and there's a loose football. He'll be recovering the muff punt, and Oak Harbor will get control.
Looks like Avi Salinger just decided to run before he caught it, and it ended up corralling it, but then took a hit from his teammate who was jumping on it to make sure that the ball didn't squirt out. Pretty good field position, right? We're starting at the 33-yard line, and they do what they did last. We'll see just some ball movement here.
7:41 remaining here in the opening frame. Oak Harbor with a 7-0 lead. Ball in between the hashes. 1st and 10 for the Golden Domers on their own 33-yard line. Single receiver near side right, 2 wide to the left. Hand off to the lone back, and will gain 2, getting on the bottom of the pile. Charles Chowning on the run.
Yeah, Mount Vernon's left defensive tackle, number 12, Van Struisma. He made a great athletic play to hold off the offensive lineman with one hand and tackle the ball carrier with another.
Jackson Taylor on the tackle for Mount Vernon on a short gain. A 2nd down and 8 for the Cats. 2 receivers wide to left, 1 near side right. Kyle White will roll to his left, pass on the run. And it's incomplete.
Yeah,
it'll be 3rd and 10.
So Kiter does well rolling to his left, being a lefty himself, but he was being chased pretty heavily, and it's a tough throw to make at a dead sprint. So just reset, 3rd and long, 3rd and 8.
Two receivers near side to the right, one far side left with a single back behind. Kyle White in shotgun formation. 3-step drop for White. Evades a tackler. High floater. Way out of bounds. Pass intended for Kelly.
That was a live to fight another day throw right there. J.J. Kaido realized he only had one receiver that he could have thrown the ball to who was heavily covered, and he dumped it out of bounds. It was a smart play.
Stops the clock at 6:49 to go here in the first quarter.
Got the Wildcat punt team on.
We got to mention some sponsors at the change of possession. 3 personal protectors in front of the punter. High snap.
Oh, that's up there.
It's over his head. Recovered by Kelly. He'll be able to get it. Boudouin is blocked.
Uh-oh.
Picked up by Mount Vernon and will be taken into the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Vernon.
That was a rough one from the start. Matt Kelly couldn't do anything with it. The ball was snapped over his head. He made an incredibly athletic play to knock it down and actually get an attempt on a kick. Sometimes when something like that happens, you just got to try and run it and see what happens. I mean, couldn't have ended up any worse. But it's all right.
Davari Davis.
It's a heck of a defensive play.
Victor Martinez from Mount Vernon got blocked the punt, and Davari Davis takes it into the end zone from, we'll call it 22 yards out. So call it a punt return, 22 yards. Snap placement for Mount Vernon. Kick is up, kick is good. Timeout on the field comes at 6:39 remaining here in the first quarter. Our score, Oak Harbor 7, Mount Vernon 7. This is Northwest Washington High School football on Wildcat TV and Sound Sports Net. Our proud sponsors of tonight's coverage, the Craig McKenzie team at Keller Williams. Also, Sylvan Learning, Savvy Bank, Pike 13, Oak Harbor Chamber of Commerce, Whitby Weekly Imprinting, Oak Harbor Youth and Cheer League, football. And by Skagit Log and Construction, Inc. For our spotter tonight, Brian Boss, the coach, Brian Jones, John Jensen, glad to have you with us. Final home game for the seniors. Should be 2021 graduates.
Israel Reyna to kick off. He made the PAT just a few minutes ago, and I'm sure the Wildcats are ready for that short kick again.
Here's the run up and the kick, pinwheeled well short, and it will be called for a fair catch at the 34-yard line.
Aiden Schofield catching that ball again. You know, it's like they decided they're going to kick it to Aiden, and he's going to catch every one of them.
So the punt, the block punt by Martinez for the Bulldogs, and returned by Devin Davis.
Coming out in an offset eye.
Single receivers left and right. The toss to the near side, wanted to make the turn and then cut up across the 35, down at about the 36-yard line.
Well,
Brendan Anderson on the run for a gain, and we'll call it about 2, 2nd and 8.
You know, Struzma, the defensive end, did a great job of stringing that out, waiting for the help, and you know, that's exactly how they're coached to play defensive end.
On the stop was Alex Fast from Mount Vernon, 2nd down and 9. White with a delayed handoff, run up to the near side, 40, 45. Brendan Anderson into Mount Vernon territory.
Brendan gave that guy a little bit of all the frustration he's been feeling at the end of that run. I love how he finished that thing. He just exploded through the hole and said, "I'm not going to run out of bounds. I'm going to make you feel some pain if you want to push me out."
A 21-yard run for Brendan Anderson, 4 carries for 33 yards, 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Cats on the Mount Vernon 44-yard line. Run up the middle across the 40. And getting a little extra yak yards after contact all the way to the 37.
He's got a little spring in his step tonight, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. And we'll call it about 7 yards. 5 for 40 now for Brendan Anderson.
Looked like they ran a trap there. I hadn't seen that out of the Wildcats this year, so cool to see.
Handoff in the backfield, and Mount Vernon will wrap up right there. It'll end up being a loss. And first to get the tackle was Van Struzma, senior defensive end. Will lose 2.
So that play was a pulling tackle, right? And so Wildcats pulled their tackle. You're supposed to get a down block out of your guard, but unfortunately the linebacker came up to blitz and the guard had to take him. So it's just too many men at the point of attack.
2 receivers near side right, 1 far side left. Single back behind Kyle White. Pocket in trouble. Changes direction. Calling directions. Airing it out. Possible sideline route. Passes up. It's in. It's caught. It's caught by Kelly inside the 10 to the Mount. That will be on the 10-yard line. 28 yards on the connection from Kyle White to Matt Kelly. Move the peg. Move the chains. 1st and goal, Cats.
What I love to see was Kaido's poise in the pocket. He's been running scared earlier in the year, but this time settled down, rolled the opposite side, and motioned to his receiver, who took off on a go route, and then Kelly made an incredible play. Get up there and get the ball at his highest point.
Single receivers left and right, backs in the off eye. Delay handoff. It's Brendan Anderson. He'll be wrapped up in the backfield. It will be a loss of 1.
So Mount Vernon just lets their defensive ends just crash right in there. So Oak Harbor will make note of that, and we'll see something different, I think, maybe a counterplay in the second half.
Van Struisel on the tackle for the Mount Vernon Bulldogs, who dropped from Class 4A to 3A, moved out of Wesco 4A to play in the Northwest Conference in all sports except for football, in which they will play in Wesco 3A North with the Cats coming up this fall. Offset eye, single receiver, left and to the right. Run to the right side, the 5, down to about the 3-yard line. And that quarterback on the keep, kind of white.
Yeah, Kaido just decided he thought that he could get into the end zone, and he went for it. He maybe took a shot that we don't want quarterbacks taking, but looks like there's a flag on the field, and we're backing up.
Holding Oak Harbor. Oak Harbor's first penalty.
It's unfortunate. You get down to the 3-yard line and have a
and
hold
that's from the spot of the infraction, which ended up being the
12-yard line.
The 12-yard line.
12-yard
Yep.
line.
So
Yeah.
yep. So from 12 to 22.
Will they get second down over again, right? We got a couple more tries to get into this end zone here. It's like Will Rankin getting up on the wide side of the field.
Here's the 6th play of the drive coming up for the Cats. Two wide outs to the far side left, one near side right, as Anderson will release. Pass up on the cross, complete inside the 15. Still on the feet. That's Will Rankin. He'll get down to about the 12-yard line.
So this is called a jailbreak screen, JJ, and what they do is they make sure that reception happens behind the line of scrimmage so that the linemen can get downfield and block, so they're not illegal downfield. It's a really fun play to watch. It's a very difficult play to coach when you got a great athlete like Will, and a good blocker like Matt Kelly out there. It's a real nice start to the play.
Trenton Hensley on the tackle for Mount Vernon. Pass play going for 10 yards. 3rd and goal for the Cats. 3:17 clock rolling here in the first quarter. All knotted up, 7-7. One receiver wide near side right, 2 wide far side left on the slot. Slot receiver will go through the formation left to right. One back behind. White. Anderson picks up his blocker, and now Kaido White's running for his life. He'll end up getting out of bounds in a heavy hit taken by White, and he was out of bounds. I'm surprised no flag was thrown.
That's awful. He was 3 yards out of bounds when he was hit. Come on, guys.
That will end up the forward advance to the 5-yard line. That will be a 7-yard gain. 8th play of the drive. The situation 4th and goal on the Mount Vernon 6.
I'd be putting on my John McEnroe display after that one.
That's a blast from the past. Oak Harbor now. 4th and goal on the Mount Vernon 7-yard line. Slot receiver through the formation left to right. White checks it, help, offside the pitch, and is denied shy of the goal line. Brendan Anderson took the pitch and was stopped by the Bulldogs.
It's a really cool play call there, and they got down to the 1-yard line.
Down to the 1-yard line,
I think Kaido could probably have just gone and dove in.
Tuck and run,
yeah,
right.
I think he hesitated a little bit, thinking he was waiting to pitch it.
Cads Pineda, senior safety, thwarted Oak Harbor's offensive drive and a change possession at 2:52 here in the first quarter. We're tied up at 7-7. We'll update the interface on the web interface in just a moment. Run out to the far side through the first wave of tacklers across the 10, the 15, and down at about the 17-yard line. That will be Martinez on the run. Victor Martinez, a senior running back. Tristan Wasson on the tackle for Oak Harbor. That's a 19-yard run for Martinez. Run out to the right side on a 1st down and 10.
It's a really good play by the left side of the Wildcats defense to not let that go any further. It looks like Nate Hummel out there, with Ethan Deschrong just staying low and not getting moved off the ball. Mount Vernon has a lot of beef in their offensive line.
Galen Gill on the tackle for the Cats. It's the gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs. Tight end to the right side, 2 wides to the near side left. Williams, quarterback, will roll to his left. Trying to evade a couple of tacklers, will end up forward progress. It's loose football, fumble. Carver says they got it. Yes, sir. Golden Dome and right.
Talk about smallest guy on the field. Bennett Anderson absolutely killing it, making a perfect form tackle, ripping the ball out while he made a great head out of the tackle. Great form, and ball on the ground, and Caden LeKelt jumped on it. Wildcat turnover. Here we go. Incidentally, those kids, LeKelt and the Anderson boys and Chris Hoppick, they came, and Caleb Comley came out to the youth football field this last week, imparting some of their wisdom and helping the youth players, which is such an amazing tradition in Oak Harbor.
1st and 10, Oak Harbor on the 25-yard line. The
Going
Bulldogs
for
high.
Going for it.
Yeah. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Cats. One play, 25 yards. The connection kind of way to Will Rankin. 13-7. Oak Harbor, point after touchdown next.
Will the Thrill Rankin, showing everybody what kind of an athlete he is. He's 6'4", and he's going to dunk on someone in about 3 weeks.
I cannot wait to see him elevate and regulate that rock on the basketball court. Cannot wait. One play, 25 yards. Time elapsed on the drive, 7 seconds.
I got Coach Boss sitting next to me. He's like, fun fact, Will Rankin played line when he was in youth football. Now he's really skinny.
Pass or snap placement, kick is up,
Oh.
Doinked it off the bar, off the upright. Kick's no good. Timeout on the field. 1:40 remaining here in the first quarter. We got a fun ball game early. Oak Harbor 13, Mount Vernon 7. This is Northwest Washington High School football on South Sportsnet and Wildcat TV.
So funny, Avi Salinger, I never coached him, but I coached his brother Gabe as a freshman. And now Gabe and Avi, they moved over here from Israel when Gabe was a freshman. And I'll never forget going out to practice one day, and Coach Marshall, who likes to play jokes on me, he told Gabe that when he called the play, he needed to call it in Hebrew. It told the line what was going to happen before the play started, but I was obviously lost and couldn't understand.
You
what
were lost in the translation, bro.
I definitely was, and the good naturedness of the Salinger family. They're just a wonderful, warm family, and it's cool to see Avi out here having such an impact on the field. And if Gabe's listening to, what's up, buddy? I'm sure he's off at some university doing incredible things. Really sharp kid.
Oak Harbor 13, Mount Vernon 7 with 1:40 remaining here in the opening frame. The coach, Brian Jones, and spotter, Brian Boss, John Jensen, glad to have you here. Our technical director and executive director for Wildcat TV, Matthew Williams, and the great students manning the cameras and the operations. Just down the way here in the press box here at Wildcat Memorial Stadium. High, long kick. And it goes 4 yards deep. It's going to end up being a touchback.
I was going to say, he got all of that one.
Yeah, he did. You can do it. Put your back into it.
Yeah, Matt
got
Kelly,
all hoofed there.
Matt Kelly is fired up. I love it. I love seeing the energy.
Taylor Sabin got the return about 3 yards deep in the end zone. So with 1:39 remaining here in the first, Mount Vernon will start their first offensive series on their own 20-yard line. Side receiver through the formation, right to left. Run out to the far side and a short gain.
I think the Wildcat defense has figured this thing out. They're rolling up a safety to the motion, and then they're clamping down the opposite side. So they're covering both potential aspects of that play, either the give to the motion side or the cut back. So Wildcats are really, coming fired up right now.
Nathan Hummel on the tackle for Oak Harbor. Short gain of 2. 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs on their own 23-yard line. And pass in and out of the hands. Incomplete.
Look,
pass intended for Katz Pineda, senior wideout.
Bennett Anderson was looking for a whole head there, but just chipped him. And the kid felt it. He's still down. Bennett was coming with some steam after that last play on defense where he caused the fumble. Look at him. He's all fired up. Bennett's like 5'5", nicest, sweetest kid.
He's a little missile.
He is the sweetest kid that you will ever meet. And I'll tell you, he is all intensity when he gets on the football field. Him and his brother. I mean, you won't meet two more intense football players. They love it.
Let's get you the offense, the starting lineups for Mount Vernon across the front offensively. Trevor Johnson, along with Kyle Hanger, Rylan Rodriguez, Jacob Calvert. That's the front 5. Burrell and Hensley and Struzma are the wideouts. Hensley, Martinez, the running backs, and the quarterback is Cole Williams. On a 3rd down and 8.
Quick swing pass out to the outside to the running back, and it looked like Barrett Schmall was on a blitz, and so they put him inside where the play went outside, and it just took a little bit for the Cats to get there. But we got 4th down here.
That's the first completion for Cole Williams in 3 tries.
They got us jumped off sides. That's going to be a first down.
That's been the Achilles heel for Oak Harbor all season, are those 4th down and short situations where the defense encroaches. They jump the gun. They go off of the hard count of the quarterback, and Mount Vernon gets a free first down off of it.
Now, in high school, once you touch that line, once you enter the neutral zone, they call it, it's a penalty. There's no getting back. So, unfortunate.
That's Mount Vernon's first penalty, or first down of the ball game. It's via the penalty, and on a 1st down and 10, pass goes incomplete.
Well, Mount Vernon's going to get called on a procedure. I don't think the wide receiver was on the line of scrimmage here on the south end. And see here him pleading his case to the line judge right now. So I think we're going to back up 5. Yeah, illegal procedure. So we'll get 1st and 15.
So 21 and 1/10 seconds remain here in the first quarter.
It's getting loud in here, all 18 of them.
Delay handoff out to the far side. Martinez 30-35 through the second wave of tacklers across the 35 down to the 39-yard line. Will be shy of the first down. That's the horn to sound the end of the first quarter of play. 13 yards on the run for Victor Martinez, who now has 5 carries, 35 yards. And the tackle by Avi Salinger. So the teams will flip sides. We got 12 minutes in here at Wildcat Memorial Stadium.
Wildcats leading 13-7 today. Taking that lead. They won the first quarter. You got to win the 4th, right?
Got to win them all. Got to win them all. Well, Garber on the road with 2 games in a span of 5 days. They play Nooksack Valley in Everson in East Whatcom County next Tuesday, March 16th. And then the final game of the short 6-game season at Civic Stadium in Bellingham next Saturday, March 20th, against the Squalicum Storm from Bellingham. You want to find out the whole schedule, log on to oakharborathletics.com for all the sports schedules of this fall season. We start second quarter action, 13-7. Oak Harbor, shotgun formation with twin receivers either side. Williams will air it out. He's got an open receiver. Passes up and beyond the reach. Well, actually, receiver got control of it, but going step for step defensively was Brendan Anderson.
So what Anderson did there is he used perfect technique. Ball was up in the air. He turned into the receiver, turned his head up, put his arm up to where the ball was coming, made an attempt on the ball, and so they let the incidental contact go. It's a really nice defensive play. And you could tell that Mount Vernon really wanted to isolate and see what they had against our cornerback.
So third down.
Motion. Nice play.
Run up the middle by Martinez.
Who's that, LeKelt?
Cats defense.
Caden LeKelt, number 25, reading it perfect on the counter play. Play in the backfield. He got 4th and short.
No gain, 7th play of the drive for Mount Vernon.
They're going for it. Here we go. They're going to get behind their big hogs right here and run it straight at us.
2 receivers wide to the left, 1 near side right.
Oh, they were trying to draw him off again.
Cole Williams, the quarterback, in shotgun formation with a back behind. That's Martinez.
You can hear the coaches on the sideline screaming, "Watch the ball! Watch the ball! Watch the ball!" Good way, and they end up playing. They stopped. They both times didn't jump. It was wonderful.
Timeout, Mount Vernon. 11:08 to go here in the second quarter. 13-7 Oak Harbor. Attention teachers, military personnel, active duty and veterans, firefighters and EMS, law enforcement, healthcare professionals. You are our heroes. Because of that, the Craig McKenzie teams need to talk to you about this free program. Homes for Heroes. You can text Go Cats, GOCATS, Golf Oscar Charlie Alpha Thomas Sam to 59559 right now to get your hero reward. Homes for Heroes' sole mission is to help heroes by providing massive savings during the real estate buying or selling process. Again, text Go Cats, GOCATS, to 59559 or visit homesforheroes.com. Special thanks to the Craig McKenzie team. 4th down and 2 for Mount Vernon on their own 39-yard line. Delay handoff.
Quarterback keep right up the
ends
middle.
Up being a fake to a quarterback keep. It'll be more than enough for the first down of about 5 yards for Cole Williams.
Yeah, they put it in the hands of the guys they trust, right? They just want to say, hey, go get us 2 yards, and Cole did a great job of getting behind his right guard and going forward.
Desiree Descherong on to stop for Oak Harbor. Press set of downs for the Bulldogs. Trip receivers near side right, 1 far side left with a single back set. Give up the hot potato and a short gain of about 2. Martinez on the run once again.
Nice play by LeKelt and Nate Hummel combining on a tackle, and looked like Caleb Comley was in there too. So everybody on the front in that front box participating.
I beg your pardon. Make that Taylor Saban on the run. Saban on a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs. There's Saban once again, this time across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Gets 2 more.
LeKelt is having a game. That was probably his 6th tackle already. He read it perfect, saw the double pull, got right behind it. Ball carrier straight to the ground.
3rd down and 6 for the green and white clad Mount Vernon Bulldogs. On their own 47-yard line, the line to gain is the Oak Harbor 47. 2 wides to the left, 1 near side right, slot through the formation. Williams, pocket, rolls out right, being in pursuit. Passes up and caught. The 48-yard line will be more than enough for the first down. And on the catch, Van Struisma.
Well, that's that play that we were looking for in the pregame. Van Struisma almost looks like a tight end, but plays like a slot receiver.
11th play of the drive for Mount Vernon. 2 wides left, 1 near side right. Williams will roll to his left. Will tuck and run it. Shakes off 1 tackle, shakes off 2. 40-35 down to about the 30-yard line. That will go for 16 yards on the dash for Williams. That's 2 carries for 21 yards and another Mount Vernon Bulldog first down.
Looked like the sophomore Charles Chowning just took a bad angle, and quarterbacks are crafty. They understand their angles, and you could see that Williams is very, very athletic and very fast.
Tristan Wasden on the tackle for the Cats. 2 wides to the left, 1 to the near side right. Handoff. It's Saban across the 35, 30, down to the 20. Inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. 13 yards on the run.
Cats did a different lineup. They dropped into a cover 4 there, I think, thinking that Mount Vernon was going to throw the ball deep again. Just saw Sam Martin enter the game. Haven't seen Sam's number called, and he's a junior defensive lineman.
Dean on the tackle. Hand off to Saban on a first down and 10, and the Cats will wrap up right there. Caden LaKelt, Caden LaKelt and company on the tackle. Also getting the assist, Bennett Anderson. And Caleb Comley, too.
Isaiah Giardini getting in there to help at the end of that, too.
The loss, call it 3. 14th play of the drive for the Bulldogs. Pass out far side out to the cross, complete. Across the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
Really nice play by Mount Vernon, using the speed of number 23. Was that Cads Pineda?
Cads Pineda, yep.
It was a really, really quick move. Good tackle by Tristan Wasden.
Gain of 7. For Pineda's first catch of the evening. 3 of 7 passing for Cole Williams for 17 yards. Williams on a 3rd down and 7. Rolls to his right, looks for an open receiver up the middle, in and out of the hands. Incomplete.
Fantastic play by Dominic Dean, coming out and from that safety position and getting a hand in there right at the last minute.
Devin Burrell was the intended receiver. Mount Vernon has had the football for almost 7 minutes. This is the 15th play of the drive.
And probably the most important one, seeing as it's 4th and 7.5 yards. Wildcats need to play really tough defense here right now. Is that a kicker? Oh, it is. They're gonna try and kick this thing.
They're gonna go for it.
That's Israel Reyna in for the field goal.
34 yards the attempt. Snap placement. Kick is up. Reyna end over end. Does he punch it? Yes, he does.
Great kick. 32 yards, right? Is that right?
30. That was 34.
34. They spotted
34.
24.
Yes.
Okay.
34-yard field goal by Reyna. And that comes at 7:12 remaining here in the second quarter.
So JJ, I had a player spotlight, a senior player spotlight. I got a really great email from Mrs. Kelly, Matt Kelly's mom, and she told me a great story. Now I reached out to these senior parents and wanted to find out a little bit about their kids. She told me that they adopted Matt when he was 4 days old, and he turns 18 in 17 days. And one of their family goals was to track down Matt's birth family. Sure. And they were able to do that just this past week. And so Matt's family really grew a lot. And I've got some details we can talk about a little bit later.
All right.
Oh,
so 34-yard field goal by Reyna. It is Oak Harbor.
Fielded by Wasden.
13-10.
They don't know that kid's got incredible hands, so I wouldn't kick it to him again. But talking about Matt, they found his birth family, and they had a chance to talk. And at first, it started out where they were just texting, texting mom and dad, and it has gone from just a mom and dad and 3 older brothers and 1 sister to now having a birth mom, older brother and sister, a little sister, and not to mention grandparents. So it's really expanded their family very quickly, and what an emotional week for Matt.
1st and 10 for Oak Harbor on their own 48-yard line. We got a timeout on the field. Timeout taken by Mount Vernon. That is their second timeout.
Well, and I'm told that, Matt's now extended family is going to be watching the broadcast from Portland and Vancouver, and they plan on meeting them for the first time in 2 weeks. So, Matt Kelly's family really has doubled in size. His parents are here tonight, and his brothers and sisters watch every game from Santa Barbara, Helena, Pullman, and Sultan. But tonight, his birth family is watching from Portland, Oregon, and Vancouver. And a special shout-out to Grandma and Grandpa Odell, birth mom Jess, big brother Thomas, big sis JC, little sister Riley, and Riley's 2 dads, Corey and Dave, and Uncle Jared, and a slew of cousins. Welcome to the family and to Maddie's world.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats on their own 48-yard line on the far hash to north hash here as the field runs east to west. High snap recovered by Kyle White. 1st and 2nd is LaKelt. 45-40, 35 down in Mount Vernon territory. Deep on that dash to the Bulldogs' 27-yard line. Is 26 yards on the run.
For Brendan Anderson. Number 26.
26.
They're the same size. They're best friends, and they wear a number that looks just the same. 25 and 26. But looks like tonight they're going to feed Brendan.
Feed him the rock. Brendan Anderson already with 63 yards rushing on 8 carries. 1st and 10 Oak Harbor.
Nice
White
play.
pass inside the 20, the 15, down at the 13-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. It will be the 13-yard line. 14 yards on the connection from White to Kelly.
Matt Kelly making another great play for this Wildcat team, really being the pillar. Between Kelly and Will Rankin, they really got some really strong receivers here on the outside for Oak Harbor.
Kat Spineda on the tackle for Mount Vernon. 6.5 minutes, clock rolling here in the second stanza. 13-10. Oak Harbor backs in the off eye. Single receivers left and right. With the toss out to the far side. This time it is to LaKelt. 25 to the 10 and down at the 7-yard line.
You always know it's LaKelt because he has never juked a person in his life. He just says, if you're in front of me, I'm taking you with me.
Kat Spineda again on the tackle for Mount Vernon.
Great run. 6 yards, 6 hard yards down by the
Call
goal
it
line.
7.
7.
They're going to go 2nd down and 3 on the Mount Vernon 6-yard line. Single receivers left and right. Wing back to the left on the off eye. Hand up.
Caden's in.
To the house. Caden LaKelt from close range, 7 yards, touchdown Cats.
Yeah, look how excited they are. They're getting it. Right now, you see LaKelt, he is just fired up. Last time playing on this field, wanted to get in that end zone. He scored a lot of touchdowns for this team over the years.
52 yards on the drive, 5 plays.
Oak Harbor going for 2, wanting to even out that score.
19-10 to count for the 2-point conversion. 2 receivers wide right, 1 near side left, wing back to the left. Saw receiver through the formation, right to left. White,
Kelly
corner, got it.
2-point conversion, baby. Matt Kelly using the speed route, a fly motion. Just beautiful, just ran away from everybody.
So White to Kelly on the conversion. 2-point conversion, 5:40 remaining here in the second quarter. Oak Harbor 21, Mount Vernon 10. This is Northwest Washington High School football on Sound Sportsnet and Wildcat TV.
(21-10). Wildcats having really great possessions, not turning the ball over, getting a turnover themselves. It's been a really fun first half to watch. We got 5 minutes, 40 seconds. They can get a stop right now. They really set the tone for the second half.
Again, the Cats got 2 football games scheduled next week on the road. Next Tuesday, March 16th at Nooksack Valley High School in Everson in East Whatcom County. We'll have that game for you on audio on soundsportsnet.com. Also, the finale of the 6-game short season, Saturday, March 20th at Civic Field in Bellingham against the Squalicum Storm. 2 men deep to return for the Bulldogs. Here's the run up by Matt Calley. He'll give it a boot, and a beauty indeed. End over end to be returned from the 3-yard line. 5, 10, 15. Setting up blockers. 20, 25 through the first wave. And down at the 30-yard line.
Cameron Reyes being the first guy to make that Mount Vernon running back change directions, and rest of the team right behind him.
So the time of possession, 1 minute. 1 minute, 27 seconds. On a 5-play, 52-yard drive, capped off by a 7-yard touchdown run by Caden LeKelt. And the 2-point conversion pass from White to Kelly. 1st and 10, Mount Vernon on their own 30-yard line. A lot of lateral yards. Will end up with a positive gain. We'll call it 3 for Taylor Sabin.
You know, it looked like the Cats were beat on the outside, but the linebacking core was really fast to get back there and only gave up 3 yards. If we can get all league Nate Hummel to not get knocked over there, it's going to be a whole lot better for us.
Sabin with a gain of 4 yards, 4 carries now, 21 yards for Sabin. It's 2nd down and 6 on the 26-yard line. Run up the middle across the 35 down to the 37-yard line.
That was a really nice play by Nate Hummel. He just got in there. He was double teamed, created a pile, and everybody just ran into it.
Sabin again on the run.
I really like what I'm seeing from Isaiah Giannini, who's playing the opposite defensive end, the weak side defensive end. He's very fast from that position. He gets across fast.
2 receivers wide to the left and to the near side right with a single back set. Run up the middle across the 40 to the 42-yard line. More than enough for the first down. Sabin getting him in bunches of 3 and 4.
Got behind Kyle Hanger, that big offensive right guard, and just took those yards.
Brecken Collins on the tackle. 1st and 10, Bulldogs on their own 42-yard line. Clock rolling at 4:05 here in the second quarter. It's 21-10 Cats. Sabin bounces right behind a blocker and a couple of Wildcat defenders. Met up right there. Will end up going for no gain.
So Zanini chased it down from the backside, but that play was all Hummel and Deschrong. They basically shut that thing down, and you saw the running back run right into the back of the left tackle, number 74, Trevor Johnson.
Yeah, it looks like we have we got everything situated. Now back to play now. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 42-yard line. Twin receivers left and right. Williams will air it out to the sideline. On their side, passes up, batted away.
Perfect. Oh.
And they're going to call pass interference. That will be the preliminary indication on Brendan Anderson going step for step.
He disagrees. I do too. I thought that was the best, maybe some of the best DB play I've ever seen him make. That is. Okay. Well,
so a pass interference call on Oak Harbor.
Well, in high school, what's great about it is it's only 15 yards and not a spot foul. But automatic first down.
That's Mount Vernon's 5th first down, their 2nd via the penalty. Oak Harbor with 2 penalties right now for 25 yards. Mount Vernon 1st and 10 on the Oak Harbor 43-yard line. 2 receivers on either side. Handoff out to the far side on the dash. It's Alex Fast, the junior running back. He'll cross the 40 down to the 38-yard line. 5-yard gain for Fast.
Barrett Schmall.
2nd and 5.
Barrett Schmall tracked him down and made that play. Here we go, 2nd and 5.
Second down and long for short 5.
Looks like Trevor Adams is in for Deschrong right now at that right nose guard position, right tackle position.
Single back behind Williams. 2 receivers wide left, 1 near side right. Run out to the far side across the 30, 25-20 into the Oak Harbor red zone now. Again, it's Alex Fast. And Fast got quick with it for 20 yards.
Dominic Dean just saved a touchdown there. It looked like Fast was just running through us.
Play number 7 coming up for the Bulldogs. Inside of 2.5 minutes, clock rolling at 2:20. Trip receivers to the wide side, near side right, 1 out far side left.
Fumble.
Loose football, fumble. It's a loose pig. And it looks like Mount Vernon may have gotten on top of the football. Will end up losing a couple of yards. Make it about 4 yards on the loss. Williams on the quarterback on top of the football.
Ball laid in the middle of the field for a long time without anybody on it. Williams was really fast to get up off the ground and jump on it.
So that's the second fumble for the Bulldogs. Trip receivers to the near side right, 1 far side left. Williams, pocket, is in trouble. He'll get flushed out, roll out to his left, across the 20 and out of bounds to the 15-yard line. We'll wait for the spot, and it will be the 15-yard line for a gain of 7.
Well, the kid can run for sure because he was 10 yards deep into the backfield when should have been stopped, and makes it 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. That's a long 7, short 8. Avi Salinger on the tackle for Oak Harbor. Inside of 90 seconds here in the second quarter of play. Oak Harbor 21, Mount Vernon 10, and knocking on the doorstep. 2 receivers, wide near side right, 1 far side left. Williams will air it out. Pass is caught inside the 10, down at about the 6-yard line.
It's at number 8, Trenton Hensley.
Trenton Hensley with his first reception.
Quick slant.
15 to the 6. That's going to be 9 yards on the pass play, and it's 1st and goal, Mount Vernon.
Good play.
Run up the middle. Inside the 5, down at about the 3. On the run once again is Saban.
LeKelt and Ethan Descheron combining to stop that play. It's like you're at second and goal at the 5. Oh, ball on the ground again.
Loose football. Recovered by Mount Vernon.
Get the sack. Was that Caleb Comley? Who was that? 59. Trevor Adams. Trevor Adams making a play. I love to see that. Kids worked hard over the last few years.
And a significant loss. We'll call it 4 yards. 10th play of the drive coming up for Mount Vernon.
38 seconds, and it looks like the Bulldogs are out of timeouts after this one.
You are correct, sir.
Is that an old night show? That's like the late night show thing, right?
You are correct, sir. Yeah, that would have been the Tonight Show. Ed McMahon. Yes.
Yeah, I think I was like
way back in the day.
He stopped doing that. I'm just teasing.
Oh, like Carl Weathers said in the Rocky Rocky 4, it's a shame we got to get old, huh, Stanley?
Well, I'll tell you, there's nothing that makes you feel old like going out and coaching 8th graders. Right? Coach Boss is nodding to me.
Okay. All right, 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal for Mount Vernon on the Oak Harbor 9-yard line. Twin receivers, 2 receivers near side. Quarterback, Williams. Shakes off a tackle, shakes off 2, spins, and gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Vernon. 9 yards. 9-yard touchdown run by Cole Williams.
I think I know what the halftime speech is going to be about for Coach Hughes and Coach Esveld. It's going to be about form tackling and not using your arms to tackle.
5 minutes, 5 seconds, time of possession on a on 11-play, 70-yard drive.
Kick's good.
And Reyna puts it through the uprights with a successful PAT. And we have a timeout on the field.
Kid's a solid kicker. I mean, he's made everything, and he's got all the trick shots from his kickoffs, and he's made a field goal.
So a timeout on the field, 30.2 seconds remaining. Here in the second quarter, it is Oak Harbor 21, Mount Vernon 17. This is Northwest Washington High School football on South Sports Net and Wildcat TV. Don't forget, we've got sports action coming your way on Wildcat TV live tomorrow night and Saturday afternoon. We've got girls volleyball on tap for you.
Looks like we've got Anderson and LeKelt deep.
Here's Reyna on the run up and the kick. Short. It will end up rolling out of bounds. That's illegal procedure. So Oak Harbor will have the football in good field position with 30 and 2/10 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And 3 timeouts if they so choose to go that route. Earlier I was talking about Matt Kelly. Now his parents sent me a message just letting me know that he has decided to go to Washington State University. Like
yeah. Yes, sir. That makes me happy.
I knew you'd like that.
You know that's right.
He had a couple of offers from Linfield College and Pacific Lutheran, but Wazoo is a better fit, and he may decide to walk on at either football or soccer. So maybe his athletic career is not over after this season.
So the late handoff for Oak Harbor. Cross the line of scrimmage, will gain about 3.
Oh, they called timeout. Oh. Well, they stopped the clock.
They stopped the clock with 25 seconds, so it'll be a 4-yard run. Van Struisma on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Timeout Oak Harbor, their first taken here in the first half.
You know, this might be that time that we see the first trick play of the year from Coach Hughes. We haven't seen anything wild and crazy yet this year. Maybe a halfback pass. We got a couple of guys who can throw the ball.
Looking at the schedule coming up tomorrow night. Actually, Saturday afternoon, March 13th. Girls varsity volleyball here in the Wildcat Gym against Burlington Edison.
So they got Kelly and Rankin on the same side here right now. It's definitely a trips look with that up back.
White will roll to his left.
Oh, they're going deep.
He's going to a sideline route. It's Kelly, and it's batted incomplete. Getting the paw on the pig is Alex Fast, the safety. That stops the clock with 18 and 6/10 seconds remaining.
Absolutely fantastic play by the defender. Looked like Kelly had a step on him for a second there, and Kaido threw a good ball out there. So really great recovery by the Mount Vernon defender.
And that incomplete pass breaks 4 in a row. 3rd down and 6 for the Cats. On their own 39-yard line, the line to gain is the Oak Harbor 45. Toss to the near side. Cut to 40. Lead. 45. More than enough for the first down.
Looks like we're going to
get
another.
Anderson.
No, they didn't call timeout yet. No, they called timeout.
So that's the second timeout used by Oak Harbor. Cats Pineda on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
12 seconds, one more timeout. It looks like, my guess is they're probably going to try and get 10, 12 yards here and then take that last throw into the end zone.
Mount Vernon will get the football to start the second half. Just as a point to note, we mentioned Saturday afternoon, Oak Harbor Wildcat Girls Volleyball takes on the Burlington Edison Tigers. That is scheduled for 12 noon. We will have that match for you on the dual cast on Sound Sports Net and Wildcat TV. Friday night, Cats girls volleyball here in the Wildcat gym against Cedro Woolley. Stop receiver Kelly through the formation left to right. White, pocket. Got time all day. And we'll get wrapped up in the backfield for a loss.
It's going to end
loss of 5. That will be the last play of the first half. So that is the horn, the sound of intermission.
Well, John, it was a really positive half for the Wildcats. They moved the ball on offense. They converted. They scored. Got a great 2-point conversion. They were able to run the ball. They were able to pass the ball, and they didn't turn the ball over. So these are all great positive things. On the Mount, what they need to do now is stop Mount Vernon, right? And so if they can get a little bit tighter on the inside, stop giving up that inside run, the Oak Harbor secondary is doing a pretty good job. And going to have to contain quarterback, Cole Williams a little bit better because he has gotten quite a few first downs with his legs. All in all, really positive for the second half.
So Mount Vernon had 25 plays total. We'll get you the breakdowns in just a moment. $114 yards on 17 rushing plays. And Oak Harbor, beg your pardon. Oak Harbor, 25 plays, 114 yards on the ground, 79 through the air for 193 yards of offense. Kida White is 4 of 8 for 79 yards, including a touchdown. Caden LeKelt, 2 for 14 and a touchdown. Brendan Anderson is then the workhorse tonight. 9 carries, 71 yards. Ezra Dejerong, 1 carry, 4 yards. Charles Chowning, the sophomore, 1 carry, 2 yards. Kida White toted the pig 4 times for 23 yards. On the receiving end, actually, Kaido is 5 of 8 in passing for 79 yards, including that touchdown, that strike of 25 yards to Will Rankin, who has 2 receptions for 35 yards. Matt Kelly, 2 for 42. And Charles Chowning, 1 reception for 2 yards. So again, 25 offensive plays for Oak Harbor, 193 total yards in the first half, 114 on the ground, 79 through the air. For the Mount Vernon Bulldogs, had 9 pass plays and 22 and 9 is 31 plays. And in passing for Cole Williams, 4 for 9. 4 of 9 for 26 yards. On the ground, top rushers, Victor Martinez. Martinez has 7 carries for 32 yards. Alex Fast, 2 for 25. Taylor Sabin, 8 for 30. Quarterback Cole Williams, 5 for 20. And Nathan Hensley had 1 carry for 1 yard. So 108 yards on the ground for the Bulldogs. On 23 rushes.
So Oak Harbor, 193 to 134 in terms of total yards. Brief scoring summary in the first half. Oak Harbor on the scoreboard first with a Kyle White to Matt Kelly pass, 20 yards to the house. Abby Salinger with a successful PAT, 7-0 Oak Harbor. Mount Vernon answers on a block punt, recovered by Devin Davis. That block punt for a 22-yard return for a Mount Vernon touchdown. Reyna with a PAT, and it's tied at 7-7. And that came at 7:41 in the first quarter. Cats score again at 1:40 in the first on a one-play 25-yard drive. Kyle White to Will the Thrill Rankin. PAT kick was no good. 13-7 Cats. Mount Vernon scores on their next possession at 7:12 on a drive that lasted 6 minutes, 27 seconds. 15 plays, 80 yards, capped up by a 34-yard field goal by Reyna. Israel Reyna. And it makes it Oak Harbor 13, Mount Vernon 10. Oak Harbor extends their lead on a 5-play, 52-yard drive capped off by a Caden LeKelt 70-yard run. 2-point conversion pass from Kyle White to Matt Kelly is good. 21-10 Oak Harbor. Mount Vernon scores again, this time at 30 seconds in the second quarter. 11 plays, 70 yards. 9-yard touchdown run for Cole Williams. Reyna with a PAT kick. It's 21-17, and that is our score at the half. Oak Harbor 21, Mount Vernon 17. So now we got opportunity. We got you squared up with numbers, figures, stats, and facts. How about some information? Heroes, did you know that there is a way for you to save thousands when you buy or sell a home? That is completely free. Homes for Heroes, the program that offers extraordinary savings to the heroes who provide extraordinary services to our community each and every day. Now that you know, there is a way for you to save thousands of dollars when you buy and or sell a home. All you have to do is team up with the Craig McKenzie team. Text GO CATS, GOCATS. That's Golf, Oscar, Charlie, Alpha, Thomas, Sam to 59559, or visit homesforheroes.com for a guaranteed win. Is your student falling behind or struggling with their coursework? Well, your locally owned Sylvan Learning Center of Oak Harbor is here to help. The certified Sylvan teachers are available for homework support, college test prep, personalized learning plans, and more. Give Sylvan a call today or during regular business hours, of course. 360-675-8010. That's 360-675-8010. You can also email to OHSylvan, SYLVAN at gmail.com. Savvy Bank is your locally owned community bank. Headquartered in Mount Vernon, we believe that when everyone becomes savvy about their finances, our entire community benefits. Call or stop by our Oak Harbor branch, and our friendly staff will show you how to bank savvy. For additional information about Savvy Bank, visit savvybank.com. SAVIBANK. savvybank.com. Member FDIC. Now, are you just so frustrated with your current software situation that you could just throw your chair across the room? Well, Pike 13, they can most certainly help. The cloud-based Pike 13 scheduling and client management platform is simple and easy to use. Let us take some of your administrative burden so you can get back to your clients. Pike, P-I-K-E 13. Oak Harbor Athletic Department is extremely thankful for each of our sponsors. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor of Oak Harbor High School Athletics, please contact the athletic department. Log on to oakharborathletics.com for full contact information. Our coverage on South Sports Center Wildcat TV, also brought to you by the Oak Harbor Chamber of Commerce. Find out why membership matters and get interactive and involved with fellow business owners in the community. OakHarborChamber.com. That's OakHarborChamber.com. You can also find them on Facebook at Oak Harbor Chamber. Teams work their way out as the locker rooms are closed up. So basically everybody's huddled and bundled up. Tell you about the Oak Harbor Chamber of Commerce really quick. You can discover the island so many areas, so many ways, an event calendar, member search, community partners, and also a point of contact. And those are great folks. Vicki Graham and the entire staff at the Oak Harbor Chamber would be happy to be of service for you. 675-3755. That's area code 360-675-3755. Located at 32630 State Route 20 in Oak Harbor. Whitby Weekly and Printing. Whitby Weekly and Printing, your local newspaper, locally owned and operated, and it's available absolutely free. Every Wednesday you can download your current digital issue at WhitbyWeekly.com. Also, Whitby Island's only locally owned print shop. All kinds of great printing services available. Copying, business cards, stationery, brochures, and rack cards, posters, flyers, labels, stickers, business forms, magnets. How about postcards and mailers? They got all kinds of promotional items available. They also do laminating, comb binding, faxing, scanning, and offer notary public service. Printing in black and white and colors. It is a great service. I get my business cards and banners printed by the great folks, Eric Marshall, Teresa Bishaw, TJ Marshalla, Dan Urkis down on the bottom handling the office. So many great, and can't forget about Kathy Reed too. Just a great bunch of folks to work with. WhitbyWeekly.com for the printing needs as well. Get your digital access, free digital access, your digital issue of the Whitby Weekly. You know, spring's getting right around the corner, and if you've got some timber, some logging that you would like to have on your property, logging and land clearing, let me pass along a business for you. Really good people, Skagit Log and Construction. They are the best in the business for your logging needs. They provide all phases of logging and land clearing. They are experts in getting you the highest value for your timber. They are professional in maximizing grade and scale of your logs. Skagit Log and Construction has close relationships with sawmills throughout the Northwest and an excellent reputation in history. They work efficiently, honestly, and have the utmost respect for the environment and the people that they work with. Skagit Log will manage all permitting, roads, cleanup, and reforestation as agreed upon by landowner. Whether you own small or large acreage, when you contact Skagit Log and Construction, they will meet with you and provide an accurate and fair estimate of your timber's value. Estimates are absolutely free. Owned and operated by Lincoln Torgerson and Bob Halverson.
longtime friends over 35 years, and I happen to be a client of Skagit Log and Construction. So should you. Their work is outstanding. Skagit Log and Construction provides all methods of harvest and all phases of logging services, including selective logging, thinning, clear cutting, reforestation, trucking, forestry consultation, and also blow down and salvage. They work a variety of heavy equipment and are capable of road building and all methods of timber harvest. Contact them during regular business hours, and they are also available 24/7 for emergencies. Contact them for pricing information and details on their service. That's Lincoln Torgerson and Bob Halverson, 25 years forestry experience at Skagit Log and Construction. Give them a call, 360-708-5600. That's 360-708-5600 for your logging and timber and construction needs. Tell them JJ from Sound Sports Net sent you. Known Lincoln and Bob since the mid-'80s. They are graduates of Cedro Woolley High School. We all wrestled together in that era in the mid-'80s. Some great wrestlers throughout the Northwest in that era. My goodness, had a lot of them. So there you have it. You are on the ball and up to date. Quickly to recap. Oak Harbor, 25 offensive plays for 193 yards. Oak Harbor had 2 penalties for 25 yards, a holding penalty in the first, pass interference penalty in the second. Unofficially, 10 first downs, 5 on the ground, 5 to the air.
Oh,
there we go. Okay. That's it's
looks like we're back.
Now we're back to our regularly scheduled program already in progress. Mount Vernon stats, 31 plays, 134 yards, total offense. My apologies, my friend. Start second half of action. Oak Harbor will be kicking west to east or left to right. Here's the run up by Matt Kelly. Boot end over and a lot of air. Got a lot of hoof into that. Big return from the 3-yard line. 5, 10, 15 through the first wave to 20, 25. Still on his feet. And Mount Vernon will start their first offensive series of the second half on their own 30-yard line.
Fantastic kick by Kelly. I mean, he's had 3 of those today where he dropped it inside the 5-yard line, and that's killer stuff. We don't see a whole lot of that at the high school level. It's either in the end zone or way short, and so just a beautiful high kick, and kid can really hit it. And knowing that he's a soccer player, that probably is a skill that they probably are good at.
Speaking of soccer, we will have boys soccer in the spring. 1st and 10. Mount Vernon on their own 30-yard line. On the run out the far side is Taylor Sabin, and will end up back at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Caleb Comley making the first hit on the running back, and then cleaned up by Bennett Anderson and a whole herd of other guys. Caden LeKeld in there too.
Second and 10 now for Mount Vernon on their own 30. Ball on the far side hash mark, the north hash mark. Slot receiver through the formation right to left. Williams in pocket, in trouble, gets out of it. Crosses the line of scrimmage, the 35, and a flag thrown around the 35-yard line. We'll see what transpires. The 37-yard line is where Williams went out of bounds, but the flag is thrown at the 35. That looks to be in the neighborhood of holding.
Well, Rylan Rodriguez for the offensive line for Mount Vernon was standing right next to the flag looking guilty.
Brendan Anderson on the stop, but a holding penalty on Mount Vernon is their second penalty.
And that one was downfield, so it's
Spot
only
foul.
second and 15 instead of second and 20. Because of COVID, these teams don't go into the locker room at halftime, so they're all nice and cold at the start of the half.
2 receivers near side left, one far side right. Williams Screen pass. Batted down. Question is, it was a forward pass, so it'll end up being incomplete.
Yeah, no, it looked like the Wildcats linebacking core snuffed it out really early on there and just sat on that running back. It was going nowhere, so we're going to get 3rd and 15.
Third and 15 for Mount Vernon. On their own 25-yard line, the line to gain is the 40.
Oh, it's a halfback pass.
Halfback option, passes up, it's caught. 40, 35, foot race, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Mount Vernon Bulldogs, 75 yards on the halfback pass. That will be from Nathan Hensley to Trenton Hensley, the brothers, 15-8.
You know,
Nathan to Trenton Hensley.
Really well-designed play. Got, Brendan Anderson looking into the backfield and thinking it was a run to come up and help, and that was all the space that Hensley needed to get open and get deep. And no matter how good athlete Brendan was, he wasn't going to be able to catch up to him when his momentum was going the wrong direction.
23-21, snap placement, kick is up. Reyna, kick is good.
Little trickery pays off for Mount Vernon. They take the lead 24-21. Cats need to respond right now. Keep that momentum in their side of the field.
24-21, Mount Vernon takes the lead at 10:36.
If I was on the sideline with them, I'd be telling them, hey, they got nothing for us. They have to run trick plays to beat us. That's the kind of message you as a coach need to tell your team so they don't hang their head and they play their best ball right now.
So Nathan to halfback pass from Nathan Hensley to Trenton Hensley, 75 yards. Israel Reyna with the PAT. It's Mount Vernon 24, Oak Harbor 21. We got a special announcement to pass along at the end of this special teams play. Short kickoff. It'll be fielded by Oak Harbor on their own 36-yard line.
Schofield with great hands again, calling for the fair catch. Not wanting to risk anything. They'll just take the nice field position and get that thing going from the 36.
Say, friends, our senior celebration that occurred prior to the game tonight, we honored 7 senior cheerleaders and 21 senior football players. Due to COVID, we were not able to do our normal celebration. An upload of this celebration will be available tomorrow at oakharborathletics.com.
And JJ, we were both here for that presentation. It was really well done, and I'm really glad that the school district was able to do that for these Wildcat seniors who have put in so much time and effort into the program. So we got 2nd and 5.
A 5-yard run.
Brendan Anderson.
Yes, that's right.
And Kaito under center.
2 receivers, near side right, 1 far side left. Run up the middle, 45, right down to the midfield stripe. That'll be a 9-yard run. Move the pig, move the chains. 1st and 10, Cats.
And I love what Coach Hughes is doing. He's putting the ball in the hands of his senior leaders right now, the senior captains, and saying, show the young guys the way right now. It's like Brendan needing a breather.
Cats Pineda on the stop. 1st and 10, Oak Harbor from the 50-yard line. Single receivers left and right. Slot receiver, the near side right. Hand off. Ezra Desharong will get to the Mount Vernon 47 for a 3-yard gain.
See, and I think that's a beautiful play right there. You go for, 3 yards 4 times in a row is a first down. So just grind it out, control it, and don't give the ball back to the other team.
Trenton Hensley on the stop for Mount Vernon. 2nd down and 8 for the Cats. Single receivers left and right. Single receiver to the left. Slot receiver to the right. It's part of 2. Toss to the tailback. trying to spin off. Crosses the 45 and down to the 44-yard line. That is Caden Lackeld on the run for a gain of 3. Only the third toe to the pig tonight.
Good hard run for Caden, and setting up third and manageable right now. And really at this point in the field, they have 2 plays to get, 4 yards.
Clock rolling, 8.5 minutes remaining here in the third. (24-21). Mount Vernon. White. Toss.
Oh.
In and out of the hands. Incomplete. Pass intended for Ezra Desharong.
Yeah. Just unlucky there. Hit him a little behind. But we're going to get 4th and 4, and it looks like the Wildcats are going to go for it right now, and really, by this play, if they can get this, keep the momentum on their side.
Line to gain for the Cats is the Mount Vernon 40-yard line. 2 receivers, short side field right. 1 wide out to the far side. Pocket, airing it out far side. Pass complete.
Chris Hoppick.
Hoppick with his first catch across the 40, the 35, and down at the 33-yard line. Called the 32 for a 12-yard pass play.
Put the ball in the hands of Chris Hoppick. His mom calls him CK. And Hoppick, he came to us as a freshman. The family moved in,
right,
and has made an impact on this program every year with his leadership and wonderful personality. And incidentally, John, he started his own barbershop in his garage and has been cutting people's hair for about 2 years.
Hey, right on.
Why do I know that?
1st and 10, Oak Carver on the Mount Vernon 33
and
yard line.
He even made masks that say Chris's Cuts.
Okay.
To promote his business.
Okay.
He's a budding entrepreneur, and he's headed to Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
It was Ole Miss.
Was it Ole Miss?
It was, University of Mississippi.
Yeah, no,
Ole Miss.
He committed or signed his intent to go this past 2 weeks.
Chen Kaneda on the stop for Mount Vernon, a 1-yard gain. 7th play of the drive coming up. For Oak Carver, 2 wide receivers out far side left. Anderson will release to his left. White, flag thrown on the play. I think that's going to be in the area of holding. He'll go on the run, 30, 25, 20. That could all be for Nas. The flag is down on the Mount Vernon 36-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Aaron King does not look happy with this call. He's kind of like, who, me?
We wait word. The clock stops at 7:01 to go here in the third. Holding Oak Carver.
You get to see second
10-yard
down
penalty.
Over.
Yep. Third penalty for the Wildcats for 35 yards. Second holding penalty.
It was a fantastic play for Kaito White. I mean, really making great decisions tonight. Not throwing into coverage and throwing good balls and deciding when to run. He's developed a long way in 2 years.
24-21 Mount Vernon. 7 minutes exactly. Clock rolling here in the third. It's 2nd and long. 2nd and 19 for the Cats. On the Mount Vernon 42-yard line. Back to knife formation. Delay handoff. Draw play and a beauty. The 40, the 35 down at the 34-yard line. That's Brennan Anderson on the run.
He took the umpire with him. Ran him right over.
You knew the job was dangerous when you took it, bro.
Hope that guy's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that umpire's got about 80 pounds on Brendan, but Brendan's got all sorts of toughness behind him. Coach Boss is laughing at that one.
11 carries, 87 yards.
I'm sure he's
and Cads Pineda on the stop.
I'm sure he's a very nice person, Coach Boss.
Yeah.
Well, he's shaking his head. No referee is a nice person, apparently. Sorry, referees out there. We love you all. My buddy Ryan Wallen would take personal offense to that one.
Yeah, I happen to coach Ryan way back in the day, Little League baseball. Those are the days. Mid-'80s, yep. 6:35 remaining here in the third quarter. Mount Vernon 24, Oak Carver 21.
situation. 3rd down and 12. Ball in between the hashes on the Mount Vernon 34-yard line. The line to gain for Oak Harbor is the Bulldogs 23. 2 receivers near side right, 1 far side to the left. White going to go for the sideline. Passes up. He's got an open receiver and almost made a one-handed grab. Pass goes incomplete.
Right
Pass
off the hand
intended. Pass intended to Aiden Schofield.
Yeah. Aiden Schofield had a hand on it, but that was a tough ball to pull in. Now we're going to get 4th down.
So White is 6 of 11 for 91 yards. Play number 8 for Oak Harbor. 2 receivers near side right, 1 far side left, single back behind White. In shotgun. Kaido White rolls into his left. Pursued. Passes up. It's caught at the 26-yard line.
It's going to be short.
Well short of the first down.
Yep. Well, they rolled out there, and it looked like the linebacker took off the short route, and the deep route was completely covered. So Wasden was open underneath. It just took a second for that ball to get there, and by that time, the defense had closed in on him. It's a really good hit by the Mount Vernon cornerback who came up and made that play.
So turnover on downs to Mount Vernon. 1st and 10 on their own 26-yard line. Inside of 6 minutes, 6:59. And first play from scrimmage across the 30 to the 32. 6-yard gain at 2nd down and 4.
Taylor Sabin being the workhorse for the Mount Vernon running game tonight. Made another really nice run. Sounds like the parents are trying to get the defense fired up right now.
6 yards on the run, 36 yards and 10 carries for Sabin. Delay, the handoff, 35-40, 45, more than enough for the first down. There could be a fumble, loose football. As the officials slow to get to the ball, is going to be Mount Vernon possession. The 46 for a 14-yard run this time.
Defensive end Isaiah Giannini, he's been playing really aggressive tonight and making plays on the field, but on that play, his job is to sit at home and not fly up the field, and he ended up going 6 yards upfield, and they just ran right inside of him. So I'm sure his coaches will get that corrected.
1st and 10, Mount Vernon on their own 46-yard line.
Great play by LeKelt.
Short gain, maybe 2 or 3. On the run once again is Alex Fast.
Caden LeKelt was in there fast, but Fast being a bigger guy just dragged him about 2 yards, which resulted in about a 3-yard gain.
3 carries, 28 yards for Fast. Now 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Approaching the 4-minute, 30-second mark here in the 3rd quarter. Mount Vernon 24, Oak Harbor 21. Slot receiver through the formation. Right to left. Delay the handoff. It's Fast going the other way. 45. Flag thrown on the play. 40. Down at the 36-yard line. But the flag was thrown in the area of holding. So that's going to go all for naught. Tristan Wasden on the stop.
So again, and they're pulling him off to talk about it. Isaiah Giannini just flying up the field, and they just ran right underneath him off tackle. If he stays at home and only gets 1 yard deep, he controls that whole outside. And I'm sure that's what the coach, I can see the coach telling him about it right now. So they'll get him all coached up, and he'll be right back in there because the kid's a hell of an athlete. Or heck of an, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. You keep it honest. You keep it real.
Yeah.
At least he's not one of the 7. At least he's not one of the 7 words. You know what I'm saying?
I've been impressed that it's been taken this long for me to get into a questionable word over the air.
You got it. Got it.
Sorry, Mom and Dad, who I know are listening.
4:10 remaining here in the 3rd. Delay handoff is Fast, going left to right. 45 midfield down to the 49-yard line. A 9-yard run for Fast.
Again, they're looking at Oak Harbor and saying, hey, the ends are going to fly up. We're going to run in just inside them. If And I'm sure I could see Pete Asvelt talking to the defensive ends right now, telling them, hey, stay on the line of scrimmage.
Stay home.
Stay home. You don't need to go chase a quarterback around. You just need to keep him from getting outside.
7th play of the drive coming up for Mount Vernon. Situation 3rd down and 7 on the Bulldogs zone, 49-yard line. Line to gain is the Oak Harbor 44. Williams flushed out of pocket, rolls out right. Midfield 45-40 and out of bounds. More than enough for the first down. That will go to the Oak Harbor 42-yard line. So that will be 9 yards on the quarterback keep by Cole Williams.
So, yeah, really great play by Cole Williams. Drop back, nothing's there. The sides are open. He just leaked out and just took his first down.
Trip receivers near side, the wide side of the field. Left ball is on the hash mark, and we've got all kinds of movement.
Yeah, Wildcats were listening to the snap count instead of watching the ball.
Once again, we had seen the celebration that occurred prior to the game. Today, we honored seven senior cheerleaders, 21 senior football players. Due to COVID, we were not able to do their normal celebrations. So an upload of the celebration will be available tomorrow morning at oakharborathletics.com, the official website of Oak Harbor High School Athletics. Be in the know before you go to every Wildcat event, home and road. So it's 1st and 5 on the encroachment penalty. Quarterback keep, 35, out of bounds. Around the 31, maybe the 32-yard line.
Looked like it was.
It's going to be short of the first down as they mark it at the Oak Harbor 34. So that's going to be a 3-yard run for Williams, who has 7 carries, 32 yards.
Look at a design play. They were testing our D end, who stayed at home much better on that play.
Trip receivers near side left, went far side right. Williams
pocket,
going to sling it out to the far sideline. Passes up. Look, that was a push off. Yes, sir, it was.
Yeah,
the pass is caught. The signal is a touchdown, but I think it's going to go for naught. It's going to be pass interference as the receiver pushed off on the defender.
I think that should be an offensive pass interference.
An OPI without question. I mean, it was clearly that the receiver had his arms fully extended on the defender.
Yeah, he just bench pressed.
He's guilty.
Yeah, he just bench pressed Brendan Anderson off of him, and then caught a ball, and you don't get away with that one. But we'll see 2nd down again, and probably about 16?
A bunch.
But you can see him set it up by going trips 3 plays in a row
Trenton
to the left side.
Hemsley was the guilty party on that PI, on that OPI.
There we go. 2nd and 16.
They'll move the football all the way back to the Oak Harbor 48-yard line. 2:46 remaining here in the 3rd. Mount Vernon Bulldogs 24, Oak Harbor Wildcats 21. The line to gain for the Bulldogs is the Oak Harbor 32-yard line. Trip receivers near side to the left. Pass slung up the middle. It is caught.
Wow.
Way to have the concentration to make that catch.
Van Stroomsma again.
So from the 48 to the 38, that's 10 yards on the pass play. Stroomsma. 2 receptions, 16 yards. 5 of 11 passing for Williams for 36 yards. Shotgun formation, handoff, fast. Across the 35, the 30. More than enough for the first down. They're going to call it the 29-yard line. So it'll be 9 yards.
Well, with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, this is a really important possession right now. They got first down, to 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Oak Harbor needs to really bear down, and Mount Vernon is going to try and just keep rolling them. I can't imagine we'll see a whole lot of pass plays right now.
2 receivers, wide left. Slot receiver through the formation. Delay the handoff. That will be
Taylor Saban across the 25, the 20, and down at the, we wait for the official spot, and it will be the 17-yard line.
And on that play, Wildcat defensive end flew up the field, and they just ran inside him again. And it looks like they're talking to him again.
Single back set, 2 receivers near side left, 1 far side right, run up the middle, shakes off 1 tackle, shakes off 2. That's Saban across the 15 and down at the 12-yard line. So Saban with another 5-yard run. Saban has 13 carries.
Barrett Small had a handful of jersey and really, I think, kept him from walking into the end zone on that play. Made a really nice play to slow that play up and let his teammates get to him.
Second down, we'll call it a long 4, short 5. Slot receive, wing back through the formation.
There we go.
Run
Nicely
across the line of scrimmage and might get a gain of 1.
Great job there by Ethan Deschrong and Nathan Hummel by stringing that out, not flying too far upfield, and all they did was just stop that run in place.
Cads Pineda on the run for a gain of 1. Third down and 4. Whistle blows. I think we have ourselves a timeout on the field. 16 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Dead ball, false start. Mount Vernon moving back 5 yards. We'll make it third down and 9. So the false start, 10, 20, 30, 40 yards. And penalties for Mount Vernon. Play number 14 coming up.
Really important play here right now because we got 3rd and 9. And it sets up.
Last play.
What was that?
That's the horn. It's on the end of the third quarter, but they got the play off in time.
Great play by the Wildcats. Ethan Hummel was a little out of position, reached back with one of those big paws, Nathan Hummel. I've known the kid for a lot of years and should call his name right. But grabbed that player, held him up for the rest of his team to come. Really nice gang tackle for the Wildcats.
Barrett Small on the stop for the Cats. As the horn sounds, 13 minutes in the books. The fourth and final frame awaits. Our score for Wildcat Memorial Stadium in Oak Harbor. Mount Vernon Bulldogs 24, Oak Harbor Wildcats 21. This is Northwest Washington High School football on Wildcat TV and Sound Sports Net. You're in the game.
JJ, I want to talk about one more senior tonight.
Really quick.
All right. Jake Mitten. Jake
Yes.
hasn't gotten to play this year, and he's just been a real big positive piece of this Wildcat team since he was a freshman coming over from Cooteville. You couldn't find a harder worker. Well, he tore his MCL at the beginning of the season, and Jake's waiting on an appointment to the U.S. Naval Academy and potentially the U.S. Air Force Academy. He got congressional endorsements a couple months ago, and they're getting really close to decision time.
Right on.
So a little bit about Jake. He comes from the McFadden family from Cooteville. Oh, it looks like we're gonna get a field goal kick. No, they're still.
They're gonna waste no time on a 4th down and 9. Field goal attempt for the Mount Vernon Bulldogs. A 22-yard line. It will be from 32 yards out at the hold of Nathan Hensley. Israel Reyna. Kick is up. Kick is good.
Wow, great kicker. This kid is making his money today. I mean, 2 field goals.
He's getting his chips.
Yeah, he sure is.
34 yards.
So Jake's parents are Eric and Alicia Mitten from local real estate people here in town. I know I'm not supposed to be mentioning businesses, but they're great contributors to this community, and they do a lot for other people. But Jake has that heart of service, and I've seen it. He's volunteered for a lot of different causes. Hydros for Heroes amongst one of them.
Yes.
The music festival, the setup and breakdown of many other different charitable events. But I got a great email from his grandma, Carmen McFadden. And she said, "Hi, I'm Jake Mitten's grandmother. I thought I'd add my 2 cents worth about him. You'll never see him when he's not smiling. He's a gentle giant, always polite and caring, will take on any task if asked of him. He'll give 100% to anything he takes on. He is loving and kind, intelligent, and he loves me." You got to love a kid that loves his grandma. You can't ask for more than that. So really excited for Jake for big things in the future.
15 plays, 74-yard drive, capped up by a 34-yard field goal by Israel Reyna. 27-21, Mount Vernon leads, and Oak Harbor will have possession to start this offensive series. A kickoff return to the 36-yard line. Attention teachers, military personnel, active and veterans, firefighters and EMS, law enforcement, and healthcare professionals. You are our heroes, and because of that, Craig McKenzie team needs to talk to you about this free program. Homes for Heroes. You can text Go Cats to 59559 right now to get your hero reward. Homes for Heroes' sole mission is to help heroes by providing massive savings during the real estate buying or selling process. Text Go Cats to 59559 or visit homesforheroes.com. Oak Harbor starts this drive. First and 10 there on 36. Run across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they've got some intensity down there on the offensive side of the ball. Kaido White is leading this team right now.
8 yards on the run. Two receivers near side left, one far side right. Run up the middle. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Is that Barrett Schmall that's in there in the backfield? No. Or I can't see a number. Is that 26? Is that Brendan Anderson back in?
Yep. That's correct.
So it's going to be 3rd and short.
Austin Hebel on the tackle for Mount Vernon. 3rd down and 2. On the Wildcats' 44-yard line. White, short pass, in and out of the hands, incomplete. Charles Chowning, the intended receiver.
Yeah, it looked like just lost his footing a little bit, and I think Kaido was trying to lead him a little bit more. He was showing him where the open field was. Just couldn't make that connection.
So the Cats are going to roll the bones on 4th and short. Single receiver left and right with a wing back to the right. Offset eye. White under center. He'll roll to his left. Pursued. Shakes off one tackle. Gets a pass off. In and out of the hands. Incomplete.
Oh, guess there.
Ball went out.
He's down on the sideline.
He went down kind of hard. We'll get a look down there.
So 4th and 3, the Cats turn it over on downs, and looks like the defense is going to go out there and needs to get a big-time stop right now.
As Matt Kelly was the injured player. He got about 10, 15 steps. It looks like he's cramping.
Yeah, he's cramping.
That's a cramp.
See Coach Reed over there stretching him out right now, the trainer.
So turnover on downs to Mount Vernon. 10:31 to go here in the 4th quarter. Mount Vernon 27, Oak Harbor 21. Head up, far side. Cross the 40, 35, 30 to the far sideline. 25-20 out of bounds at the 17-yard line. That's 27 yards on the run.
Well, we're either going to get a horse collar or face mask at the end of this play.
Saban was on the run, so the flag, as I'm trying to sort that out, it must have been thrown on the far side of the field.
Yeah, right at the point of tackle, and it looked like we might have grabbed the back of him. Yeah, personal foul. That's a horse collar call.
Horse collar call on Oak Harbor, and that's an automatic Mount Vernon first down. So that's going to add yardage, possibly half the distance to the goal. From the 44, it's 27 yards on the run for Saban, who has 15 carries, 97 yards, and you're going to add more yards on top of that. This time, going to try to get him on the far side on a 1st and goal.
It's going to get a couple. Wildcats rallied to a tackle there. Looks like they got to the 4-yard line.
Fast on the dash. Will Rankin on the stop.
They got him back at safety. Is that you got Will Rankin playing safety? Oh yeah. Good call, JJ.
2nd and goal, Mount Vernon on the Oak Harbor 5-yard line. Run up
Good
the middle,
stop.
nothing doing.
Nothing there.
Full of denial right there.
You had Hummel and you had Anderson and you had Giannini and you had just a whole load of people just playing that position right there.
Fast got stopped in his tracks. All lost yardage. Loss of 2. No, loss of 1. Loss of 1. Fast has 7 carries, 19 yards. 9:09 to go here in the 4th quarter. 27-21. Mount Vernon with the lead, and they could extend it. Williams will tuck and run, but he will be stopped shy of the goal line. They'll spot it about the 3 for a 3-yard run by Williams, who has 8 carries for 75 yards.
There's something going on that they stopped everything. Lots of whistles. Oh, 4th down. Nope, they got a penalty flag right in the middle of the field. So they're going to back them up.
They'll back it up 10 yards.
I didn't quite see that
called. That had to be a hold.
Yeah,
that had to be a hold.
I think you're right.
So that is 6 penalties for 50 yards for Mount Vernon. 3rd and goal for the Bulldogs, or for the Oak Harbor 16-yard line. 27-21 Mount Vernon. 8:35 clock rolling here. 2 receivers, near side right, 1 far side left, on the run, trying to get an angle, and will be denied. Will not get to the goal line. Will end up being short down at the 5. Nice little run for Fast again.
That's going to stop us at 4th and 5, 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. So decision time right now. They've got that kicker who makes everything.
He's made 2 good kicks so far.
Yeah,
2 field goals and PATs.
A couple of PATs, right?
Yep.
So, or 3 PATs. So, and they're not running them out. So it looks like they're going for it. They think that they can end this game right here.
Twin receivers left and right with a single back set. Shotgun formation from Williams. He'll flush out to the left, pursued. It's a duck. It's up, and it is caught. Touchdown, Mount Vernon.
Oh, wow. Bennett Anderson in the coverage there hit him immediately as the ball came in.
Fans, go ahead, you got it.
Receiver made a fantastic play. It was that Van
Struzma.
Yeah, he is. He's everything that they said he'd be.
.33-21 snap placement. Kick is up for Israel Reyna, and the kick is good. Stoppage in play at 7:40 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Mount Vernon 39, Oak Harbor 21. This is Northwest Washington High School football on Wildcat TV and Sound Sportsnet. Our spotter tonight, Brian Boss. The coach, Brian Jones, John Jensen, glad to have you with us. We will be on the road next week, next Tuesday night. Wildcat football on the road to East Whatcom County as the Cats take on the Pioneers of Nooksack Valley.
So they put the wrong score up there, John, and I was like confused.
30,
how did they get 12 points on that play?
Yeah, 34-21.
Yep, and they just corrected it.
Okay, this had to make sure it's like.
I missed something.
You can't carry the one on that one, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you only get 7. When you score in the PAT.
So Reyna with a point after touchdown kick, 9-yard pass.
So Wildcats are down 13. This is not over yet, right? I mean, they just have to be really efficient with the ball right here. Looks like they're going to get good field position again. Really good field position.
Cross midfield.
Yep, Caden LeKelt with about a 35-yard return to the Mount Vernon 48-yard line.
So Oak Harbor has got to get. They need 2 scores.
So we'll see what we got dialed up. They got Will Rankin out here wide. They've got trips to the left right now with Matt Kelly and Charles Chowning.
2 receivers near side left, 1 far side right. Ball's on the far side, hash mark to the north. Kyle White's going to air it up. He's got an open receiver slide. Inbound passes up. It's intercepted by the Bulldogs. Hold on. There is a flag thrown on the play. That could be an illegal pick. Preliminary indication would be pass interference. The intended receiver was Matt Kelly.
Yeah, it looked like the cornerback just pushed Matt Kelly out of bounds with when the ball was in the air. You can't do that. We'll see what the play call is here, or what the penalty call.
Pass interference. Mount Vernon, automatic first down.
Take 15 yards and do it again. And the play clock and the clock is stopped, so that's good. Good for Oak Harbor.
That is Mount Vernon's 7th penalty for 65 yards. 1st and 10, Oak Harbor on the Mount Vernon 34-yard line. 2 receivers near side left, 1 to the far side right. Shotgun formation, delayed handoff to Brendan Anderson across the 30 and down at the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the run for BA. Brendan Anderson.
He was stopped in the backfield there, JJ. He just made a heck of a cut with a guy hanging on him and took 5 yards there.
It's called yak yards, yards after contact. Called a long 5, short 6 on the run. 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats on the Mount Vernon 29-yard line. Conaway will air it up to the near side. Short pass complete across the 25 and gets forward progress down to about the 23. That's Chris Hoppick on this catch this time.
CK making another great catch. That's 2 for him in this game. Now, Chris has been almost exclusively a defensive player for the last 3 years, and so it's cool to see him out there making an impact on the offense.
Timeout on the field. We wait to see who took it.
Looks like the Mount Vernon player is down.
That's right. No timeout taken. That will be
Number 41
official's timeout.
So that would be Colin McNown.
That sounds about right.
I want to apologize to the Mount Vernon people for that one. If you're listening in, I did not mean to butcher that. It looks like a really easy name to say, and I can't say it. McNown.
So we have timeout on the field.
Fortunately, they got him standing up right now and walking him off the field, and now he's
fast.
jogging. No,
well, he's jogging 41.
Yeah,
41, that will be Colin McNown, a sophomore.
Yeah, ran off the field, so probably everything's good. Just got the wind knocked out of him for a sec.
A little hitch in the giddy up.
Yep. Now the good thing for the Cats, they've only used about a minute of clock since taking over, and they're down inside the 25-yard line.
34-21 Mount Vernon. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Oak Harbor needs 2 scores. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 near side left. White's going to air it up. He's got an open receiver. That's in the corner. It's tipped incomplete. Good idea, but had 2 defenders in the neighborhood. Matt Kelly was the intended receiver.
Cats Pineda making a heck of a play on the ball, knocking it down.
So Kida White, 6 of 13 passing for 91 yards.
Fifth play of the drive coming up. 2nd and 10. Oak Harbor on the Mount Vernon 23-yard line. Single receivers either side. Wing back to the left. Backs in I formation. It's going to be Lacal. 20, 15, still on his feet. 10, 5, down, and a penalty flag thrown on the play. I think we may have had a little extracurricular contact after Lacal went down.
Yeah,
He'll be down at the 5-yard line, 18 yards.
He got his head spun around by a face mask, and you look at him right now. He's still down on the turf, but he is sitting up, so that's good. But you hate to see this, especially with anyone. You hate to see that.
Yes. So coaches and training staff, and it will be Lakel getting up on his own power.
Yep, walking by himself. And this is a tough kid. You know that he's not going to let Trevor hold him up.
He's a horse, man. He's a tough stallion.
So they're going to check out his neck, and they'll probably put him through the concussion protocol and make sure that everything's okay upstairs before they let him come back and play.
First and goal, Cats on the Mount Vernon 3-yard line. Backs in I formation. Everybody up tight. Run for Ezra. Ezra Desharong. He'll get down to the 2.
Well, we don't have a name for number 7 on Mount Vernon, but that kid made a heck of a play coming in the backfield and taking down 215 pounds of Ezra Desharong.
Quarterback Keith.
Touchdown.
Does he cross the plane? I don't think so. I think he's going to be shy of the plane.
Really? He looks like he's 2 yards in the. Okay. They called him short.
They were his knee had dropped.
Well, I mean, the nose of the ball is almost touching the goal line.
Third and goal for Oak Harbor on the Mount Vernon 1-yard line.
They just got behind Big John Leet. They're doing it again. Yeah.
Take it to the house. Quarterback Keith. Touchdown Cats. Kaido White with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, a lot of confidence when you get behind Big John Leet and just follow him, right? John is a dominant player at his position, and he pushed the defensive nose guard about 5 yards into the end zone on that play.
8 plays, 48 yards. Time lapsed on the drive at 2 minutes, 38 seconds. Time of possession capped off with a 1-yard quarterback keep by Kaido White for the touchdown. Here's the snap placement for the PAT, and it's going to be partially deflected, blocked, and no good. So PAT, no good. We have a timeout on the field. We still got plenty of game left. 5:01 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Mount Vernon 34, Oak Harbor 27. This is coverage of Northwest Washington High School football on Wildcat TV and Sound Sportsnet. You're in the game. Again, 2 football games we will have for you on the road, audio only on Sound Sportsnet, the North Sound's online sports source. Next Tuesday night, Oak Harbor travels to East Whatcom County to take on the Nooksack Valley Pioneers. And Saturday, that's March 16th, Tuesday, March 16th. And Saturday, March 20th, season concludes in Bellingham at Civic Stadium against the Squalicum Storm.
Oh, onside kick.
There's an onside kick followed by blockers. Top on pile of the pig. There's a flag thrown. I think that there was contact before the ball reached the 10-yard mark.
Well, the line judge here on this side threw his beanbag inside the 50, which is an indication that Oak Harbor touched the ball early.
So while they get all that sorted out, 4:54 left here in regulation time.
Now with the flag on the far side, more than likely this is going to be an illegal procedure call. A few years ago, the WIAA changed the football rules about onside kicks, and you couldn't have more than 5 people on one side of the ball. So if they couldn't clearly identify, the equal amount of people, they're waving the flag off. But they're saying illegal touch, and that means that it's Mount Vernon's ball. Mount Vernon's ball right now. Saying they touched it a yard too short. And the parents don't like it.
Other sports we'll have for you on Wildcat TV this week. Tomorrow night, Cedro Woolley, the Cubs, make their way to the Wildcat Gym to battle in volleyball. 5:40 p.m. with JVs, junior varsity. 7 p.m. for the varsity. We'll have both the JV and varsity games for you tomorrow night on Sound Sports Net and Wildcat TV.
Cats have all 3 timeouts. They got it. They can make some plays here. They got this, and that's the first one right there.
On the run, Taylor Sabin, the junior running back.
Beautiful play by the Oak Harbor defensive line, and it looks like Hummel was in there, and Deschron was in there, and Bennett Anderson and Caden LaKeld all gang tackling.
Cats need a big-time stop on this series.
Now Mount Vernon's probably watching that back judge on the Oak Harbor defense side, and when he raises his hand, that means there's 5 seconds left on the play clock. And they move the football, which should be a penalty. And they're not calling a penalty.
2 receivers near side to the right, 1 far side left. Slot receiver through the formation. Trying to go on the fly sweep, and a flag thrown on the play. It'll end up being a loss of 2. On the run was Katz Pineda.
Great play by Avi Salinger coming from the back and making that tackle in the backfield from the free safety position, which means he ran about 25 yards to get to that play. Looks like they're going to call a holding call on Mount Vernon, but my guess is Oak Harbor will decline it, with time being more important than yards here.
Clock is stopped, exactly 4 minutes left in regulation time. Mount Vernon 34, Oak Harbor 27.
Holding call, and Oak Harbor did decline it. It's going to be 3rd down and 14. That was not a question. 3rd down and 14.
The line to gain for Mount Vernon is the Oak Harbor 39. It's 3rd down. 14 to go for the Bulldogs on their own 47-yard line. Williams will air it out. He's got a receiver along the sideline, pushed off, batted down, and a flag thrown on the play. That would look to be in the preliminary indication of pass interference. Question is, both players have a right to get to the opportunity to get that football. And I think that the Mount Vernon receiver protected.
Yeah, no, they're calling it on Oak Harbor, and they're basically saying, they were hand fighting the whole way down. I'm kind of surprised at the call. I might have gone with a no call.
And that will be an automatic 1st down.
It will.
That one hurts. So for Oak Harbor, pass interference, a major penalty of 15 yards. Oak Harbor has 4 penalties for 50 yards. Make that 5 for 55 from the encroachment penalty from early in the ball game. 1st and 10, Mount Vernon on the Oak Harbor 38. Will end up losing 2 yards on the run.
Bennett Anderson coming up, flying up, making a play in the backfield. So a really nice play by him.
Taylor Sabin carrying the football for the 17th time.
Oak Harbor just used its first timeout here, stopping the clock at 3:39 to go.
So with a stoppage in play,
3 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the contest. Mount Vernon 34, Oak Harbor 27. When they return to play, it'll be 2nd down and 12 on the Oak Harbor 40-yard line. So we got girls volleyball tomorrow night in the Wildcat Gym as they take on the Cedar Woolley Cubs. JV is at 5:40 p.m. Varsity starts at 7. And then Saturday, an afternoon matchup in volleyball as the Burlington Edison Tigers make their way here to North Whidbey Island. Again, that's a 12 p.m. start. Special start time for Wildcat varsity volleyball. We'll have both of the events for you on Wildcat TV and South Sportsnet. Fast on the run, cut to the inside. We'll get to the 35-yard line, a gain of 5 yards for Fast. Has 9 carries, 28 yards.
Salinger coming up and making another great play. Puts them in a 3rd and 7, but we've got
a Wildcat down.
I can't quite tell who that is. I didn't see a number. Oh, it looks like that's Isaiah Giannini, who's the down player. Now he just rolled over. Now Trev would never have done that if there was a back, neck, or head injury. So he's moving. He's in a little bit of pain, but they're picking him up. That's a great sign.
They'll walk at his own power to the sideline. Get back to play. It will be 3rd down and 7. Mount Vernon, 3rd down and 7 on the Oak Harbor 35-yard line. Bulldogs line to gain is the 28. Timeout taken by Oak Harbor. So we stay right where we're at 3:32 here in the 4th. Mount Vernon 34, Oak Harbor 27.
Crucial play here right now. So Pete Esveld is down there talking to them about staying at home and just making the simple play and not trying to do too much, trusting your teammate. You know that Mount Vernon is going to run the ball here and try and take even more time off the clock. I think it would be very ill-advised for them to pass the ball here because they can force Oak Harbor to use their last timeout or run a good 40 seconds off the clock here. Landon Cantrell in at the second corner on the far side. Haven't seen much of him tonight. Kid's a dynamic athlete.
Williams in shotgun formation with a single back set. Handoff up the middle of Fast. 25-20 to the far sideline and taken out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Well, that's too bad.
We wait for the spot.
Yep.
It'll be the 13, think of the 15-yard line.
It'll be a new set of downs for Mount Vernon at this point.
Three minutes, 25 seconds left here in regulation time. Mount Vernon 34, Oak Harbor 27. Ball on the far hash mark, the north hash mark. 2 receivers on the open side of the field, near side right. Handoff out to the far side. That is Saban. Taylor Saban inside the 10. The 5 to the 4-yard line. So Saban gets 11 more yards for 104 yards on 18 carries.
Entering the game is Cameron Reyes. Looks like he's playing a defensive end position. Coach Boss and I coached his big brother Anthony for quite a few years, and I think actually Coach Boss coached Cameron in the youth league for a couple of years.
2 receivers, near side right, 1 to the far side left. Single back set. Williams in shotgun formation once again. Handoff inside the 5, down to about the 1-yard line. for Taylor Sabin.
Looked like Oak Harbor had a shot at him in the backfield, but just kind of wiggled his way away and gained a yard or two.
Inside of 2.5 minutes here at Wildcat Memorial Stadium. Two receivers near side right, one far side left, a single back set. Hand up and into the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Vernon Bulldogs. Taylor Sabin from 4 yards out.
It's a good play. Mount Vernon collapsed the side of the Oak Harbor defense, and Sabin was able to get in there and got tripped up as he's going into the end zone. So, good offensive execution by Mount Vernon.
So a 1:58 here in the fourth quarter. Point after touchdown forthcoming. The hold by Nathan Hensley. Snap placement. Kick is up. It is. Kick block. No good. So PAT, no good. 1 minute 58 seconds remain. 7-play. 49-yard drive capped off by a 4-yard touchdown run by Taylor Sabin. Our score, Mount Vernon 40, Oak Harbor 27. Kickoff will be picked up for the 25-yard line, the 30. Down to the 38-yard line.
Fielded by Caden McKelt, who had that really nice return last time. Had a pretty nice return just right there.
For these seniors, it'll be the last time that they play on this field. On the first down and 10 on the Oak Harbor 38-yard line. Flag thrown on the play. The run by Brendan Anderson to the near side left.
So it looked like a beautiful block.
And we got a Wildcat player down.
But I think that Oak Harbor is going to get...
That's Kelly. He's cramping up again.
I think that Oak Harbor is going to get called for a high-low here, which is an illegal block in high school where downfield offensive lineman goes at the legs and then another person comes and cleans him off. It was a beautiful hit. Chris Hoppick finished the guy off in a big way, but offensive lineman downfield can't go low on a player.
Anthony Grulin was player made the tackle for Mount Vernon. Clock stops at 1:48 here in the fourth.
They are stretching out Matt Kelly again. Sometimes when it gets cold, you got these skill players that
and you got to get some electrolytes in your system.
They exert so much, they dehydrate their muscles. And so I'm sure that they're going to feed him some water on the sideline and hopefully some Gatorade and
coconut water. I learned that from the Islanders, man. For a long time, man, I hydrated with coconut water, and you cannot go wrong.
I don't think that they stock it in the Oak Harbor High School trainer office, but I do know that they have a ton of Gatorade.
Yep, yeah, Gatorade works well. Penalty will go back to the Oak Harbor 30-yard line on a first down and 18. Long pass up to the near side, passes up. It's intercepted by Mount Vernon. Flag thrown on the play.
fumble recovered by Mount Vernon, but oh my goodness, all kinds of dirty laundry down on the field.
So that was a clear interception by Fast, but then Will Rankin saw the interception, ran over and stripped the ball from him. Ball was on the ground, but Mount Vernon did recover. Unless these penalties are going to be on Mount Vernon, well, Oak Harbor offense staying on the field. So
let's take a look and see if we have pass interference on Mount Vernon.
Yep, and apparently every ref on the field saw it because there was all sorts of flags everywhere.
Okay, so Oak Harbor, a break for Oak Harbor there, stops the clock at 1:29. Pass interference, that's the 8th penalty for Mount Vernon. Eighth penalty for 80 yards. It's 1st and 4 for Oak Harbor. White trying to shake off a defender, ends up getting the pass off, incomplete. Closest receiver in the neighborhood was Christopher Hoppick.
It'll be 2nd down and 4.
So White has not connected on four consecutive passes in 6 of his last 7. Aiden Seaver, the defender in the neighborhood for Mount Vernon. 2nd down and 3 on the Oak Harbor 45-yard line. Shotgun formation for White. He'll air it up far side. Catch it midfield, and enough for the 1st down.
Really nice play by Landon Cantrell. Picked that ball almost just above the turf and made a move and made a guy miss for Oak Harbor 1st down. Looks like they called timeout.
Stoppage in play. So White, 7 of 15 for 99 yards.
Well, I love what's happening right now. You know, the Oak Harbor coaching staff is not quitting coaching. Even though the minute 15 and they're down 2 scores, they are taking advantage of every single opportunity to get better. And that's a sign of an improving program.
And there'll be plenty of work in the offseason to prepare for what we are all hoping for, a regular football season. That will start either the last week of August or the first week of September, first Friday of September.
Well, let's hope that the world is a little more back to normal by,
agreed.
By the end of the summer.
Yes, indeed. 1st and 10, Oak Harbor on the Mount Vernon 48-yard line. Twin receivers left and right. Shotgun formation for White. Airing out to the near side. Pass complete. 43-40. 35 and out of bounds at the 34-yard line to Landon Cantrell.
Yep, get the ball in the hands of the good athletes and the playmakers, and Cantrell is definitely one of those, and it's good to see him catch a couple of balls right here at the end of this game.
So Cantrell with a 14-yard reception, his 2nd for 15, or make it for 22 yards. 1st down, long pass for White. Pass is tipped, and a flag thrown on the play along the near sideline.
Looked like number 4 of Mount Vernon,
that'd be Taylor Saban. Yep,
really pushed Will Rankin out of bounds with the ball in flight, which should be pass interference, and we'll see what they say. Well, they definitely called it on Mount Vernon, and they're marking off yardage.
So Isaiah Giannini gives Will Rankin some dap. Way to maintain, way to hold on. So it's going to be pass interference.
Yep, pass interference.
That's the 3rd consecutive pass interference penalty for Mount Vernon. Oak Harbor gets the penalty, or gets the 1st down on the penalty. White on a 1st and 10 will make the toss. Catch will make it the return. And a nice catch inside the 15.
Oh, they said he stepped out of bounds. Cantrell made a great play, came back, and it looks like he just had a foot out of bounds. And Landon Cantrell is he played youth football with these guys all the way up, and then freshman year his family moved to Arlington and played for 1 year for Arlington and really developed, came back, and he's been a solid contributor for the last 3 years.
2nd and 10 for Oak Harbor on the Mount Vernon 19-yard line. Inside of 1 minute remaining, 59 and 4, 10 seconds left of regulation time. Mount Vernon 40, Oak Harbor 27. 2 receivers, wide right, 1 near side left. White, off balance throw. Do it too long over the head of the intended receiver, Christopher Hopping.
It's a really hard throw for Kaido to make, rolling to his right, throwing back with his left, with a bunch of people chasing him. It's part of the game, but it's a tough one.
Stops the clock at 54 and 8 remaining in regulation time. Third and 10 for the Cats on the Mount Vernon 19-yard line. Trip receivers wide to the right. Pass up to the near side corner. Pass is incomplete. Flag is thrown on the play. I think the defender
pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah.
Can't do it in high school.
You are correct. And if indeed that is pass interference, that will be half the distance to the goal and a fresh set of downs. They will move the football half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, it's not an automatic first down. So they're at third and a
1.
half a yard.
Trip receivers to the right. 1 near side left. White. Pocket. Flushed out. And he'll run up. He'll make the forward progress. Set passes up. It's intercepted in the end zone and brought out 15-20, 25-30, 35-40, 45 midfield. Still on the feet. And it ends up getting tackled at the Oak Harbor 25.
Brendan Anderson runs him down, good 80-yard sprint there.
I'm looking for a flag. Indeed, there is a flag thrown on the play. Get to the far side of the field and get a camera on that flag right there on the Mount Vernon 44 on the north sideline. There's another penalty flag right around the officials on the Oak Harbor 23. So let's see what all that's about. Alex Fast on the interception for Mount Vernon. So let's see, get everything sorted out. With 30 and 8/10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, Mount Vernon 40. Oak Harbor 27. Block in the back, Mount Vernon.
Well, it's bringing it all the way back, but it's still going to be Mount Vernon ball with 30 seconds to go. So I think we'll probably see a kneel down here.
So block in the back on Mount Vernon. As Mount Vernon will look to get in victory formation, take one snap.
And that'll do it.
And that will be it as the clock winds down inside of 20 seconds.
So, JJ, I mean, we've got 2 more games to go, but a big thank you to Wildcat TV.
Yes.
For, letting us do this. Sound Sports Net connected with Wildcat TV. You know, it was a lot of fun to do a little bit of on-air camera work and give a chance for the people at home to be able to see the Wildcats play.
See and hear. It's great stuff. Great to share.
Big hand for the seniors right now, and you know, a thank you to the parents for tolerating all the restrictions and making the best of it. You know, with only allowing 20 of them in, or 18 tonight in the stadium. So, you know, guys, we got 2 more games. The best is yet to come. We saw a tremendous improvement from Oak Harbor tonight. Few plays didn't go their way, few calls didn't go their way, but it appears that the team is getting better each week and taking some real lessons, playing with heart, and you know, we'll travel up to the great north of Everson to watch Nooksack. You know, Wildcats take on Nooksack next week, or on Tuesday.
So as we're tabulating the stats for tonight's ball game, five of 11 passing for Cole Williams for 36 yards. Total rushing plays for Mount Vernon. Taylor Sabin had 20 carries for 109 yards. Cole Williams, 8 carries for 75. 10 carries for Alex Fast. 2 carries for Pineda for -1. Victor Martinez was a workhorse early. 7 for 32. Nathan Hensley, 1 for 1. So 48 rushing plays. $265 yards on the ground on 48 rushing plays. So 53 total offensive plays for Mount Vernon for 301. 265 on the ground, 36 yards to the air. Mount Vernon had 10 penalties for 11 for 105 yards, 3 fumbles, 1 was lost. For Oak Harbor tonight, Kaida White passing, 8 of 19 for 113 yards, including a touchdown pass on the ground. $174 yards.